Guys, there's a brand new lawsuit going down. 7 different vape companies are banding together to sue the FDA, much like Wages and White Lion sued the FDA, and it went all to the Supreme Court, and then ultimately the Supreme Court, sided with the FDA. This is a brand new lawsuit, similar to the other one, but different in many ways and different in possibly winning ways. I'm trying not to dish out too much hopium here, but this lawsuit gives me a little bit of hope. We talk about it in the news and advocacy. There's going to be timestamps down below for everything. We had some great mail. We had a great liquid tasting. This was honestly one of the most fun vlogs of recent memory. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy it. The vlog hath already started. There are timestamps down below. Let's go. This might be a little bit loud. I apologize.
Because Nick told me to.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, hey.
Clucking the chowds.
Nope. Just one clucking the chowds tonight, you guys. Hello and welcome. Hang on. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. Today is Mother Truckin' Thursday, which means it's Mother Truckin' Silk Pump gifting subs in the chat like a boss day. That's what day it is. We're renaming Vlog Day to fucking Silk Pump Day. Appreciate you, Silk Pump. Seriously, for real. I see you guys in the chat. What up, Daryl? What up, Ghost? What up, JP Dooms? Mr. Monkey Pants? Probably Trevor's here. Someone named claiming to be Trevor is here. Can we get someone to look into that a little bit? What up, Steve-O? What up, Marky Boy? What up, Daniel B? What up, Voorhees? Tre here? Leo here? 33 Raps is here. Lady Liberty and her Cracklegasm is here tonight. What up, Enoch? What up, JJ? Dion, VSR, Miss Bagpipes. What up, Raw Hit? What up, Joker? Happy birthday there, fella. Listen, I appreciate you guys. I'm stoked. We're going to have a good one. Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is here? Or shit, I better sit up straight. I didn't realize. You know, Optimus, I have you tattooed on me. Optimus Prime. It's crazy to see you here tonight, but appreciate you. What up, Lark Dog? Happy to see you here. Listen, we are going to have a full-on action-packed vlog for you guys planned out tonight. Timestamps for the replay will be underneath everywhere this video is. If it's on Twitter X, they're right there. If it's on Twitch, they're right there. If it's on YouTube, they're kind of right there. Timestamps all over the place. But let me give you a real quick rundown as far as what's going on, what's coming up tonight. Dickie Mo! What up, Dickie Mo? What up, Caretaker? Dude, I see you, bro. It's Compassion and Cucumbers. It is Compassion and Cucumbers. Appreciate you. I love seeing that little green cucumber right above the Batman symbol. Are you kidding me? You know it's going to be a good vlog when you see those two. Hopefully we can get Earn to come out tonight. That would be great. I'd love to see Earn. But here, let me give you a real quick rundown. What's up? Opening announcements. We're not going to have any beer tonight, but I'll tell you the reasoning why. We're going to talk about some things I've been vaping. We got Cracklegasm, Assignment Planet Globe. The coolest thing I saw all week. We're going to do retro vaping. We're going to do some news and advocacy because, dig this, the vape industry, 8 different vendors have consolidated a lawsuit together and are suing the FDA again. And it's in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals again. So I'm not trying to dish out any hopium here, but this has the potential to be pretty awesome for us in general, vaping and harm reduction in general. So that's an exciting thing. We're going to talk about that. I got a few less exciting things for news, but that's actually an exciting things for news. We're going to do a very random liquid tasting. We're going to open some mail that I have, and then we're going to wrap it all up at the end with Ern's favorite Ernstagarum bands. If Ern gets here, then we can wrap it up with Ern's favorite Ernstagarum bands. But if Ern's not here, then we're just going to do Nick's favorite Ernstagarum bands and call it good. I've been collecting them too, you know? I've been collecting them almost as much as Ern has. But hang on, you guys. Let me pop out this activity feed. We don't want to miss any of them. Hydrates. Oh, Stolen Time and Enoch. Stolen Time and Enoch already forcing me to hydrate. That's the first real true hydration I've done all day. So far today, I've only had a cup of coffee and a Diet Coke. So water is going to be getting extremely consumed tonight. Extremely consumed. Yeah, no beer, Metal Morrissey. I'll explain it. I'll explain why we're not having a beer. FDA is cigarettes for your ears. Yeah, FDA is cigarettes for your body. FDA is cigarettes. Bully the FDA. Can we put that back up on the screen? Let me do some quick opening announcements here. We're probably going to run long tonight just because things happen and we run long. We've decided to bring back some slang terms that I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page with these slang terms that we're bringing back. Tubular, Yeah, I haven't heard it in a while. Right? And it really wasn't even that cool when people were saying it. But I think it needs a second run. I think we didn't give a tubular a fair shake last time. And I think we need to say tubular again. So we're bringing tubular back. Apparently we're bringing cool beans back. I wasn't a fan of cool beans. But apparently there's a lot of people that are fans of cool beans. They go, oh, cool beans? That's tubular to say. And then I go, not really, but apparently we're bringing back cool beans. Cool beans. And courtesy of our very own Dickie Mo, we're introducing an insult. This is good. This is a good one. This is an insult via Dickie Mo. You can call someone a jackwagon. Let's go. How good is that, jackwagon? Yeah, it's cool beans, man. Call someone a jackwagon. Listen, you jackwagon. Cool beans, tubular, jackwagon. We're bringing all them back. Cool oatmeal. Yeah, it doesn't quite land as well as like dry, dry oatmeal. Dee Dee, I never stopped saying cool beans. I don't know what you're talking about. Bringing it back. What does that even mean? I've been saying it this whole time. Tubular, cool beans, jackwagon. I think jackwagon's my favorite. I've just been waiting to call someone a jackwagon. Haven't, in like regular normal conversation, or if you're on the internet, replying to people on Twitter, call someone a jackwagon. That's a good one. We have a sponsor now, you guys. We have a sponsor. Do you see this little magical bottle of liquid floating in the corner over here? Deep cuts. Deep cuts and this vlog go hand in hand like freaking peanut butter and jelly and decarbonated cannabis all go together. I love Deep Cuts. I love this company. I love their liquids. I've been vaping Deep Cuts guava jelly for literally 6 years now. 7 years now, daily. 7 years daily. I don't think I've ever stuck with a liquid that long. Even at its peak, I don't think I was vaping Pony on Acid for that many years daily. Guava jelly has become a legacy liquid. It is my forever liquid. I love Deep Cuts. They are an official sponsor of the vlog. We're going to have the Deep Cuts bottle here hanging out with the MTVD, chilling all night long, just to remind everybody how sick Deep Cuts is. So shout out to Deep Cuts. No real other announcements. Due process, still wicked important. Extremely important. Along with the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. I'm a huge fan. Check it out. Read it. Open your little pocket constitutions to the Fourth Amendment. Read it. Love it. Savor it. There is no beer tonight. There is no beer tonight. I'm not sure how much I'm going to share of this, but here's what I'll say. There's no beer tonight out of an abundance of caution for my body. If that makes... It's too cryptic, and I'm sorry for being cryptic, but, I go to the doctor. I have a GP who's my cardiologist who I love, Imrani, rules, super nice dude, always mean to me, but in a nice way, like you should do some more cardio type of stuff. You should really lay off the, okay, yeah, and I take it and I appreciate that. But, I had an appointment recently. I had some tests done. I had some blood work done. I had some sonograms done. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not having a beer tonight. Out of an overabundance of caution. He told me to make an appointment with the gastroenterologist, so I'm going to make a follow-up appointment with my gastroenterologist about something that's going on, and that's it. I don't think it's life-threatening. I don't think it's fatal in any way, but I'm trying to not, in the spirit of harm reduction, I'm trying to not murder my body with liquor and alcohol and sugar and fat so much anymore. So I have no beer tonight. Again, it's just an overabundance of caution. Maybe if I go to another doctor's appointment and he says, oh, well, that's happening because of this, or that's happening because of this, maybe I can get back on the beer once a week beer train. Maybe. Hopefully I can. I would like to not have to say goodbye to beer forever, but if the trade-off is I'm going to be in pain, then I will happily say goodbye to beer. Happily say goodbye to beer. No, it's not the liver. It's not the liver, but that's everybody's first thought. It was the liver, but it's not the liver. It's something else. I'm sorry to be so cryptic. It's obviously not an emergency. Otherwise, I would be like in the emergency room or at the hospital right now. It's just a little concerning thing that is happening. And that's why I'm not drinking a beer tonight. That's why I haven't been eating sugar this whole week. That's why I'm trying to really lean into the big salads day, really lean into it. So in the spirit of harm reduction, I'm just, I had already cut beer down to 1 beer a week. The Thursday vlog beer was the only beer I drank all week long. The Friday soda that I get when I go to my mailbox is the one soda that I've allowed myself all week long. That's it. Except today I had a Diet Coke. But that means that I'm not going to have a soda tomorrow. If I drank a Diet Coke today, that's it. That was my one soda of the week. So I am a fan of all things in moderation and harm reduction. So in an effort to reduce some harm happening to my body, I'm foregoing any alcohol, adult libations just tonight. But don't even trip. I have something to drink. In fact, I don't think I had any more opening announcements. Oh, don't buy a car. Don't buy any new cars. Don't buy any modern cars. Just don't. They have been federally mandated to surveil you. There's going to be cameras in your car watching you. And if you're too flustered or in an emotional state or you're dozing, your eyes are bloodshot, your car might not even start. So only buy old cars. Only buy old cars. That's my advice. Only buy old cars. Yeah, medical thing. Yeah, don't buy new cars. Great. Let's get to not beer. I think I'd like to get to not beer. Yeah, JJ, luckily you can just take a hit off your vape and make your water taste like the vape as long. Yep. There's plenty of, it's processed sugar, refined sugar, white sugar is what I'm trying to avoid. They said fruit's good. You're good to like jam on some watermelon, jam on some pineapple. So it's whatever. I had some pineapple last night and pretended it was dessert while I hit a really sweet vape. And that has to be enough, That just has to be enough going forward. So that's where I'm at. In fact, this is a low sugar. This is one of those, hippy dippy sodas. I have like 2 cases of this in my garage. Y'all ever heard of Olipop? Tropical Punch. They call it a sparkling tonic, but it's really like a fake soda for adults. It's got, 30 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and probiotics and botanicals and plant fiber in here. So it's like, the aging adult soda that I get to drink as an aging adult. And in fact, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you should just look into what Congress just voted on about kill switches for your cars. That's one of the things that's mandated in all cars that are sold past in 2027 is that they have to have kill switches so that, the benevolent reason for having a kill switch in a car would be, if a person commits a crime, if someone walked up and stabbed a lady and then jumped in a car and drove off, the cops could just kill switch that car and it would stop the car and you could catch the criminal. That's the benevolent thing to do with kill switches in cars. The non-benevolent, government intrusive way to use kill switches in your cars is probably just to control every aspect of where you're allowed to go in any given state. Imagine if you were horrifically sad, like you just broke up with your girlfriend, you just broke up with your boyfriend, you get in the car, you're sobbing, you're uncontrollably, and you go to start your car and your car is like, sorry, not starting. You're in no condition to drive. You are clearly too sad to drive. So cheers. You know what, guys? We have we have a Hawaiian Punch Olipop. Cheers. That's actually really good. It's delicious. It tastes kind of like a peachier Hawaiian Punch. Peachier, but and it's not overly sweet. It's like sweeter than a LaCroix, but not quite like a soda. It's like a FODA. It's like a faux soda. Look, I'm not saying that they would watch you vaping in your car and decide to turn your car off and pull it over to the side of the road till you stop vaping, but that's what those jackwagons in Congress could potentially do. Steve-O. Yeah, so that's a thing. So don't buy any new cars. Don't do it. Kill switches. And don't, I'm sure that some of these things are meant to be a little scare tactic-y, right? But it's a federal mandate. It's a federal mandate. Surveillance tech becomes mandatory in new cars by 2027. It's going to watch you, man. It's going to watch you drive. It's going to watch your face while you drive. It's going to watch you driving. I was hoping for a 2026 digital surveillance state. Really, I was super hoping for that. Federal, what to tell you. So listen, we're going to have an Olipop flowing through our guts. I drank a few of these when I first got them, and they just made me gassy. That's it. Just gas bombs. So I'm hopefully not going to get too gassy tonight, and I apologize to my wife and my animals. You might have a gassy dude here. Oh. People wonder why I want bike lanes everywhere. Like, what do you mean? Ain't no federal government kill switch on my bicycle. Ain't no government kill switch on my bicycle. Let's jump into let's check in with Kitchen Guy. I think it's time. I think it's time to check in with Kitchen Guy. I think he's been hoarding stuff. I'm not sure, honestly, where all of my absolute best vapes are. Some of them are here, but I have a feeling Kitchen Guy's been hoarding some stuff. So let's just go check in. We're going to check in with Kitchen Guy and a possible living room couch guy. Olipop tastes like TV static? No, I think it's a little sweeter than that. I think it's a little bit more palatable than that. It's very like uncarbonated. It feels almost like I'm drinking fruit juice. Sleeping on the couch guy make an appearance? No. Sleeping on the couch guy is purely after hours, after GrimmGreen hours. Like that's Friday night, Saturday night is sleeping on the couch guy. That's sleeping on the couch guy. But here we go. We're gonna check in with it's Kitchen Guy and I think living room couch guy too. At least I hope this is the right one. Let's check in and be right back.
What I've been vaping.
Good morning. Oh man. Good morning, everybody. Happy vlog day from Kitchen Guy. Just being out here doing Kitchen Guy things, drawing, doing some doodling, doing some drawing. That's really been the highlight of Kitchen Guy these days. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot out here just because there hasn't been a whole lot going, just because it was getting to be a little bit much sometimes. I'd look at my desk and I'd think, do I need 16 different setups going right now? Do I need to re-wick 5 RDAs just to keep them going right now? So things have been getting slowly taken down, dialed into, I have no need anymore on my desk for non-awesome vapes. I have such good vapes that even if I have a vape that's set up that is just a little bit, there's just something very slight that I don't like about it, I have no time for that. I only want the A-list vapes set up all the time now. And I think, I kind of think that's what we got out here. First things first, good news. I found it. Holy shit, I found it. Eco Nano Plus. I found it. It was gone for a long time, and I just assumed it was gone forever. There's been vapes that I've had many times that just end up somewhere weird. And you go, maybe I'll find it eventually. You know, I don't know exactly where it is, but maybe I'll find it eventually. I did. I found it eventually. It was under my desk, under the carpeting, under the rug in my desk, under my desk in my office. It was crazy. I couldn't believe how it got there. But anyway, long story short, it's back. It's back, and it's spectacular. Hands-free even with it, kind of. Oxva Slim Pro 3 with face meets Tapache on the inside immediately became one of the most sentimental flavors that I've ever vaped, because I vaped it the entire road trip that I went on last year, my wife and I. Had a great time. Vaped Tapache the whole time. Every time I vape this, it immediately transports me back to the funnest road trip I've ever been on. And Oxva coil heads, dude, they're just good. Flipside. What's this thing called? Flipside? Flipside Solo? Flipside Single? Something like that. I think I'm going to do a full review for this as soon as I can get back on track with reviews, which should be this week. I think I'm going to do a review for this. Reload S on top. Deep Cuts. Mixed Berry Crush is on the inside. What a great liquid. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, that's an incredible vape. This setup has just been set up and going, but it's the Team Single Coil Recoil with a single coil on the inside, Skip Around the Room Hexome, and JMW. Freaking custard, vanilla rum custard is on the inside. Dude. Dude, I love this liquid. I love this liquid paired up with that wicked smooth 2mm airflow going to that single coil. It's joy. It's just joy in vapor form. Damn. And lastly, from the summertime collection, this is the Paramore DNA 80C, but it's got the old school restricted direct lung version on top. And what's in the inside is the only part of this that really matters. I mean, sure, it's a great side-by-side. It's a perfectly serviceable side-by-side. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. The RTA, pretty great. I don't know if it's going to be top 5, but it's pretty great. The liquid on the inside is my accidental best liquid I've ever made ever in my life by complete accident, by mixing 2 commercial liquids together, Omboyosi's Mango and Sour House Lemon Candy. It's a mango lemon candy. It's not quite a mango lemonade, but it's like a mango lemon candy. Restricted direct lung 6 milligram. Get the ever-loving crap out of here. It's so good. I'm getting a little bit of crispy crackleness from this coil. The flavor is so banging on this RTA. It's silly. And I really, really, really like the very narrow, round drip tip for restricted direct lung. I find it wholly enjoyable. Shut up. That's delicious. And that's kind of it. You know, I usually have more stuff out here, but there just hasn't been a lot of stuff going around, really. There is, yeah, I know. There is a living room couch guy, so I'm going to throw it right now to living room couch guy. Long overdue, living room couch guy, long overdue. What nobody else in this organization wants to tell you is that I have, you know why Office Guy doesn't have the best vapes? You know why Kitchen Guy doesn't have the best vapes? It's because Living Room Couch Guy has been slowly stealing everything awesome in an attempt to encourage more Living Room Couch Guy. We need more Living Room Couch Guy because the existence of Living Room Couch Guy implies that I'm relaxing. You know, it implies that I've had time to sit on the couch and watch television. When there's no Living Room Couch Guy, that's just straight up not happening. But now that there is Living Room Couch Guy, yeah, invincible. You know, The Boys, you know, The Pit, you know. There's a great show on HBO right now called DTF Atlanta. DTF Atlanta? No, DTF St. Louis. It's DTF some city. It's what's his face from Stranger Things and Jason Bateman, who we love. You know, we love Jason Bateman, but it's a great little like limited series. It's a little dark and depressing, but it's really spectacular. And so I got to watch that. I watched it. Yeah. But let me tell you, you don't even know. Vaporesso Lux Q3, mouth to lung because kitchen guy or because living room couch guy needs mouth to lung. Caliburn G4 Mini. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this the best pod? All for living room couch guy? Yeah. I've recently been vaping some 9 milligram 50-50 Water Malone instead of the 12 milligram that I normally do. And I don't quite know how I feel about it yet. 12 milligram is about as low as I can go and still get a satisfying throat hit. 9 just doesn't give me the sensation I want. I know I'm getting enough nicotine because I vape the hell out of it, but unless it gives me that throat hit, I feel like I'm not getting it. It doesn't feel quite as satisfying to me. 12 milligram raspberry glazed donut is in here, courtesy of Jay Logan, and it's the Blaze MTL on top of the corporate boardroom. What a great vape. 0.8's a little bit too tight, but I'm kind of getting acclimated to it, and that's really enjoyable. Oh, what? What's this? Just the Orion 2 with the sturdy 1 RBA on the inside. How did I end up with this? Living room couch guy. Office guy and kitchen guy are way too busy and obsessed with work that they didn't even notice that the Orion was gone, and I've been enjoying it out here watching cartoons. Damn, hell-ass good. Stevie's Collective Simulation in their 6 milligram. Get out of here. And lastly, not sure anyone was curious where this went. It's been Living Room Couch Guy. Yeah, it's that green, it's the Vupu, or not the Vupu, rather, the Vaporesso. I can't even remember the name of this. Armor with the internal battery. Anyway, it's green, and it matches my green Team Single Coil recoil on top with the black cap. Vapetasia's pink lemonade is on the inside. This liquid is delicious. Summertime vibes. Again, all for Living Room Couch Guy. We did this in a very random liquid tasting not too long ago, and still delicious. Still awesome. That Vapetasia pink lemonade. Shout out Vapetasia. So that's me. That's what I got. They don't even know what's going on. Office guy, he doesn't know where this stuff is. Kitchen guy, he doesn't know where this stuff is, but I do. And it's getting vaped and enjoyed on a whole other level out here, because I got to tell you, having a vape when you're working or when you're stressed is all well and fine and good, but having the vape when you're chilling, dude, when you're just relaxing on the couch, those vapes are the vapes that should be cherished. Appreciate everybody keeping hope alive for Living Room Couch Guy. We're going to try to get some more Living Room Couch Guy in the future, and I'm in such a good mood today. I'm just going to casually, I got all the good vapes, whatever. I'm going to throw it back to Office Guy. Take it away, Office Guy. Go.
Yeah. Hey, dang. Thanks, Living Room Couch Guy. You're right, Jason. He is getting a little lippy. Couch Guy gets one segment. All of a sudden, it's like Couch Guy's getting all lippy. All right. Well, here's what's getting vaped in here. Not this. Nope. Not this. We set this up on Tuesday, you guys, on the Vape Fiddle. It's the Profile Mesh RTA, and it's built with mesh. And it was working on the stream. And then it was like as soon as the stream was done, I was vaping it. Damn, I'm surprised this is still holding up. Vaping it. Damn. Dry hit. Without warning. The hit prior was so nice and saturated and crispy and delicious. And then the very next toot, dry. And that's it. I'm done with mesh. I think I'm done with all mesh. That's the last mesh dry hit I'm ever going to have because it's horrific. Dude, I've been vaping 17 years. I haven't had a dry hit. I know what I'm doing. Mesh? No. Stop it. Stop it. You can go back and watch the fiddle if you want to watch it, and it worked, dude. We built it, wicked it, and it was vaping good. One dry hit is all it takes. And then I'm going to swearing off mesh for at least another year.
We're going to have to wait till April 2027, maybe 2028 before I try mesh again. Oxford Slim Go Light, that's been good. This is here, but it needs to be rewicked. This has like barely left my hand, if I'm being honest, because it's got that Mexican cola in it. We tasted this on Tuesday as well. Dude, this is an unbelievable flavor. This is an unbelievable cola flavor. I'm a fan of cola flavors. This is among some of the best I've ever had. Slight little crackle from it. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they make that taste so much like a cola. I'm convinced they're tricking my brain. It can't be just, it can't be just cola flavor. Like nobody's going to buy Capella's cola flavor and mix it with PG and VG and sell it. They got to be tricking my brain in some way. It's so good. That's too good. Still been banging on the plum cream cheese Danish. Still banging on that plum cream cheese Danish. Because I like I like the recoil rather. It's not naked, but I like the recoil on the Raiden. I think that just looks slick and I like using it. And that plum cream cheese Danish is wildly good. Wildly good. The last thing, we set up the Turnstone Rally Sport on Tuesday as well. Banger little RDA. Banger little RDA. It's on top of the Bonneville from RCM, Russian Custom Mods. Love this mech. Love this combo. I even like that the lines kind of match. Succulents. It's succulents. It's succulents. It's succulents. It's succulents. Still hitting awesome. Succulents. Succulents, succulents, succulents. And that's me. That's what I've been vaping. It's probably, I don't know. I've been rotating between the plum and the cola and the succulents so frequently. It's like as soon as I set that down, I want to grab the plum. And then as soon as I set the plum down, I want to grab the cola. And then as soon as I set the cola down, I want to go to the succulents. It just goes in this triforce of flavors. It's a good time. It's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be a vapor. Yeah, Bonneville. Bonneville. Like a Bonneville? Bonerville. Computer, please load Celery Man. All right, let's get into what you guys have been vaping. How about that? Let's get into some Assignment Planet Globe Cracklegasms, of which we have both tonight, which means America, this is you want to hear it again? Because I do. America, this is you. Telling you, man, that was like the best ska banger of the 1990s. Oops, I didn't change my wallpaper. That's okay. We can have an official wallpaper. Janine. Is Janine here tonight? I don't know if I saw Janine here tonight. That's okay if Janine's not here tonight. But Janine tricked me with another Cracklegasm. But it wasn't a Cracklegasm. She's so sneaky, that Janine. Janine writes in and says, "Hey, Nick, apologies for sending these disguised as a Cracklegasm. What an asshole I am." Why you? you sneaky Canadians. She says, I used to draw a ton, but I put it on the back burner for years when life got in the way of my creativity. One day I made an effort to sit in a comfy chair and turn off the world for like an hour. It was like riding a bike. My creativity came back. We never really lose that. We simply need to make an effort to allow it to flow again. Janine, I don't know if you plan on starting a cult or if you want to become a cult leader, but I will follow you. I just want to put that out there right now. If Janine starts a cult, I'm in. She can be the leader. I'm in 100%. We simply need to make an effort to allow it to flow again. Dismantle the dam, even if for 60 minutes. Your spirit will work as your mind and body will. Cheers. And she sent over some drawings that she did. Look at this. Look.
Ah, that's Phil and Dimitri. That's you even know, you don't even have to guess. You can just that's absolutely Phil Basardo and Dimitri. Unbelievably. Dimitri looks maybe a little bit more chiseled in this picture, like he hangs out with Clavicular, but Phil Basardo, he's got that Phil Basardo mustache, that Phil Basardo like round head. Janine, I'm impressed by this. I'm impressed by Janine continuously. She's just a great human. Phil and Dimmy. I'm impressed by this drawing. I'm impressed with these caricatures. It's inspiring, I like that other artists inspire other artists because this inspires me to really get with my drawing. And then we got, what's his face? The Canadian Prime Minister. I cannot remember his name right now. What's his name? He's that tall guy. Can't even remember his name. Nope. I'm not passing any Canadian citizenship test today. Well, it's that guy. It's that guy. Why can't I think of his name? Canadian guy. He's the important Trudeau. Justin Trudeau. Okay, thank you. Good looking out, Brett Michael. Good looking out. Justin Trudeau. Look at that. Travis, I see you keeping it real on Twitch, or on Twitter X rather. Justin Trudeau. She just drew him. And it looks exactly like Justin Trudeau. Janine, you have inspired me. And again, start a cult. Yeah, Katy Perry's boyfriend. Yeah, she's a resident artist. Yeah, I know, it's unbelievable. Resident artist and resident Cracklegasm winner. Yeah, that jawline. You like that Trudeau jawline? Chiseled. That straight up clavicular right there. He smashed his face with a hammer for sure and injected meth into his eyeballs to get that jawline. Hell yeah, Trudeau. Just mogging everybody. Just mogging the world. But thank you, Janine, for sending those in. Let's do the Assignment Planet globes first, of which I have two? I've only got two? That's okay. We're going to check in with Lady Liberty. Although I didn't save the message you sent me, we can look at the stash. Ba-ba-da-ba. That's a good looking stash, Lady Liberty. I know that's a blue anarchist with a blue recoil on top. That's sick. I know that's a scent with a nitrous on it. That's sick. I know that's a boom right there. In fact, we got a better shot of this. Boom right there. Yeah, that's the Thundercloud mech that I cannot remember the name of for some reason right now. Thundercloud, Infinite mech. With the matchy purple and the matchy purple top and the matchy purple Dead Rabbit something RDA on top. Hell yeah. I don't know what 3D printed bangy is next to that. Or if that is a 3D printed bangy. It looks like a 3D printed door with a purple recoil on top, which I absolutely approve of. And then there's a Republic on the end with the sparkly shiny nitrous. I knew you would make that work. That looks boss. I knew you could make that work. I even like the extra long dorky drip tip. An extra long dorky wide bore drip tip on like a dripper. That's like one of my favorite things. Hell of a Hyperion. That's what it was. The Hyperion V2. Custom Luna on top. Oh. And then there's, plum cream cheese Danish, white chocolate, key lime cheesecake, all sorts of Lady Liberties in the background. I mean, that could be the Yo-Yo Discord right there, and a 3D printed, it's a bun. It's a bun. But wait, there's more. We have a Cracklegasm from Lady Liberty, but first, let me shout out this random person on Reddit. I go to Reddit multiple times a day. It's one of my social media stops. Instagram is always my first stop.
all social media for me begins with Instagram. It's the first thing I open in the morning. It's my first social media stop is Instagram. After that's Twitter X, and after that's Reddit. And then after that is Instagram. And then after that is Twitter X, and then after that is Reddit. And then after that, we're back on Instagram again. And it kind of just goes in this circle, you know? I go to Reddit multiple times a day. I mean, a goofy amount of times a day. And I just ran across this post on the vaping subreddit. I'm going to give a shout out to Atari Junkie. I don't know who you are, Atari Junkie. Recoil was my first RDA. Just found in a shoebox. Had to build on it. Look at this classic setup. That's a drag. That's like a drag V3. Is that the drag V3? Let me do some reconnaissance. I think that's the drag V3. V4? Yeah, that's the V4. You're correct. Monkey Pants. You're on it. You're on it. That's the drag V4 with an OG recoil on top. Posted on Reddit. He got some good upvotes, so I was proud of him. But that's just cool. You know, I can't explain. It's cool. It's just cool. People who make products or, you know, I imagine it's the way liquid vendors feel. It's probably the way Steve-O feels when someone makes a honkin' succulents order. You're like, whoa, thank you. You know, it feels like when someone likes something that you did and then they, you know, I don't know. I can't explain it what it's like seeing a recoil just out in the wild. It's a really interesting experience. Yeah. I steal hand checks. Yeah, you steal hand checks from Reddit. Here's the thing that I've noticed about Reddit is the vaping subreddits, both e-cig and vaping forums subreddits, have been really active this year. More so than in previous years. I mean, this is just anecdotal, but it feels like every time I go on Reddit, near the top of my front page is something from the vaping subreddit. If not the very first thing is something from the vaping subreddit. It's just good. It's encouraging, you know. I like seeing people keep the hobby dream alive. It's important. It's important. Now, I heard that there are some Cracklegasms. We got we got one from Cody here tonight too. We got one from Cody here tonight. It's just a picture I took in my backyard of the moon. The chat's covering the moon, but that's the moon. Half moon, and it was like a, you know, overcasty, weird pink night, and I took a bunch of pictures in my backyard. I got this cool picture of the moon. Let's hear from Lady Liberty. We might as well, right? Let's hear from Lady Liberty first. Wait, hang on. Jeez, slow down. Make sure the volume's up. Make sure this volume's up. All right, so we got some RDA crackle here from Lady Liberty. You know, there is a vape through. I'll give that like partial credit, Lady Liberty. Partial credit. Freaking Blood Moon. I know. Yeah. Bokoblins, they spawned in my backyard. I had to eat my mighty simmered fruit. I had to eat my mighty simmered fruit and get out my Lionel bow. Take care of the Bokoblins in my backyard. Here's the thing. I'm going to create a new term for this. This, to me, I'm calling this ocean crackle because it sounds like an ocean wave. The very slight crackle at the beginning, it's like ocean waves. Those are ocean waves, Lady Liberty. It's an ocean wave. You got that ocean wave crackle. Yeah, waves on a rock. It's waves on a rock. What the what? Who's gifted some subs over there? That's got to be Oya. Mother truckin' Oya. Mother truckin' Oya. Oya, you're a hell of an Oya. You know, you're the best Oya I've ever known. You're the coolest Oya I've ever met. Hell yeah, Oya. Oya, what a hell of an Oya. Let's okay, Lady Liberty. Okay. But I do have one from Cody. Cody? Someone named Cody Taylor? There was no email attached to this. Or there was an email attached to this. But this was some hot Orion 2 action, which I don't even... What bridge is in there? The Thief? I don't know about the Thief bridge. The Thief RBA. I guess nobody calls them bridges anymore. I need to get that nomenclature out of my head. No one calls them bridges anymore. Everyone calls them RBAs. The Thief RBA? The Thief! Yeah, that's the Thief. Let's hear Cody Taylor's Thief crackle. Maybe he stole it. Yeah. I like the Dirty Shoe collection in the background. Sweet Vans, brah. That's a really good crackle. Dude, I really like this crackle. Yeah. You can kind of hear the vape through, too. You can kind of hear that vape through, too. It's not as impressive as the... What a good crackle. That's like this is like textbook crackle. That's what you want out of a crackle, is those individual, like, ringy pops that are, you know, it's a little Geiger countery, Travis. It's a slight bit Geigery. It's a Geigery. It's brutal. Cody Taylor. But wait, there's more. I got Marky Boy here. Where you at, Mark? Marky Boy crackle. Incoming. It's Marky Boy. Another Cracklegasm I'm really proud of. I really didn't do much to it this time, but put a little bit less cotton through the coil, made a gap from the top of the coil on the cotton, which makes an air pocket for the crackle to start. It's a proper popcorn in the microwave. The first video is my best. Take it easy. All right, Marky Boy. Let's see this, you know? Yes. Cannot hear the vape down, but that is a good low. Yeah, low boy. That is a low pitch crackle. And if you have this in mouth to lung, that's probably the most delightful crackle to actually vape on. I can feel that. You can kind of feel the way that would feel in your mouth. Marky Boy, that is a good crackle. Yet, tiny little baby Harley Davidson crackle. Yeah, it sounds like a micro engine with a cam. Yeah, like you just pulled the ripcord. It's like a little tiny little lawnmower. Marky Boy, that's good. That is good low boy, deep low crackle. I can't choose between Cody Taylor and Marky Boy. I couldn't possibly. But the last person that we're going to hear from tonight, this is Jason, not the Fed. Maybe it is the Fed. Is this the Fed? Jason P? Jason, last name starts with a P. Hey, Nick, here's my submissions for Cracklegasms, Broken Ohm Squonk with the Batty RDA, and my Parson side-by-side with the Sparrow RTA. All right. Oh, hang on. I can't tell if these are federal hands or not. That's good. It's borderline like crunchy a little bit. I think that's a similar crackle I'm getting out of this. I think I say this way too much. I want to vape that crackle really bad. You know that's going to feel nice. You can tell it's a federal hand, clean nails. Yeah. Yeah. That does look like federal wood floor. Let's hear the vape through again one more time. Yeah. See, the vape through is where this shines. AM radio static crackle. Yeah, I mean that's a astute observation. But I think the vape down is where this shines. Yeah. It honestly, it feels a lot like that. Seems a lot like this. Like I get that type of crackle from this little. But when I vape it down, that's when it's much more impressive. I can kind of imagine what that feels like, Jason. That's a solid crackle. That's a solid crackle. Let's hear from the, let's hear on the Sparrow here. Oh yeah, that's lower. See, to me that feels a little Geiger countery. You would jump off. I heard that behind you, giving taser feels. I like this crackle a lot. Is this JP Dooms? It's giving a little bit of like brick on a driveway, you know, dragging a brick across a driveway. Like rocks rubbing together vibes. Quarry. It's a quarry crackle. Let me hear the vape through. Let me turn this up. Yeah. Yep. See, both of Jason's, both of JP's, Jepadoom's, both of these shine on the vape down more, I think, than just the crackle. Listen to the vape down. It's much more satisfying. Yeah, that's way better. I like these. Just for pure like showmanship, you know, like the way a peacock fluffs out its feathers, I think Cody Taylor's crackle is going to win tonight. It's too good. I mean, that's a good ass crackle. I like Marky Boy's. It's lower. Oh, yeah, that's good. And both of JP's shine really on the vape down. I think the vape down is the most satisfying part. Dragging a plastic snow shovel across asphalt. Yep. I get that. I can get that. Jerry, I most likely did. I have it piled up. If you're worried about it, you can easily send it again. Shoot it to the top of my inbox. Yeah. Dragging a plastic snow shovel across the asphalt. Absolutely. I think Cody's just going to win because it's loudest, you know? It's really that tasery. It's really that tasery vibe. And that's it. Justin Trudeau. Fucking Justin Trudeau, you know? Fucking Justin Trudeau. Well, thank you, Cracklegasmers. I think Cody's going to win tonight. I think Marky Boy's going to be in second place and not far behind. I mean, it's Jason and Marky Boy kind of double teaming second place right there. And unfortunately, Lady Liberty with the wave sound. You know, you've kind of created your own category of crackle, really. The ocean wave sound. I haven't seen anybody else accomplish it yet. You're the first. You are the first. Hell yeah, you guys. This is one of my favorite segments. I love hearing a good crackle, and I really love seeing your bangers. I want to see your desk checks, your shelf checks, your hand checks. I want to see them all, and you can email them to me, nick@grimmgreen.com. Just mark the subject, assignment, or crackle, or honestly just attach things to it and say, this is my entry, Cracklegasm, whatever. I'll see the attachments. They'll get downloaded and filed and used accordingly on this stream. So send them on over to me, nick@grimmgreen.com, please. I want to see your setups, you know, and I'm all about unique setups that maybe you're like, maybe nobody else is running this exact setup. You know, is anybody else running, you know, a dwarf on a hexome? Send them. I want to see them. Send them, please. I want to see them. Send them, please. I want to see them. And in the meantime, Mexican cola. Yeah, that's not going far. You're going to stay right there, Mexican cola. It's weird having a stream with no liquor, like no booze, no liquid confidence happening in my brain right now. It's all right. We'll still get through this. We will still get through this. Let's check in real quick. Man, try not to run long tonight, but it's usually going to happen. Oh, it's time to see the coolest thing I saw all week, dude. I don't know if you're ready for the coolest things I've seen this week. I've got two of them, I think. Hang on, let me get through my tabs here. Okay, turns out I have three of the coolest things I've seen all week. Did you guys know that in Belgium, this is cooler shit. Did you guys know that in Belgium there is a Seagull Screeching Championships? You can enter. If you sound like a seagull, you can enter and take part in the Seagull Screeching Championships in Belgium. Seagulls are the sounds of the sea. When you're at the sea, you always hear the screeching of seagulls. They're acrobats in the air, giving you the time of your life. The gull screeching brings back good memories. One of my favorite things about humans is there's humans that can just sound like a seagull. I'm an impressions guy. You just saw this? This is one of the most impressive things I don't want to say ever seen, you know, because that's a little bit of a painting with a broad brush, but this is incredible. This is incredible. I'm an impressions guy, okay? I like doing impressions, and I like practicing impressions, and I like listening to people speak and trying to figure out how I could sound like that, you know, like their cadence and their speech patterns and their voice and their pitch and their, you know, sometimes it's a little rough, sometimes it's a little nasally, sometimes it's a little lower in the throat. And I try to figure out, you know, how I can talk like that. And I like, you know, examining it and really like thinking about how someone makes a certain sound or how someone voices a certain voice. I watched this and thought, maybe I could do a Seagull impression. I don't even know where to start. This is the most, watch this. Just watch. They sound, this is like us judging the Crackles. Imagine sitting around judging like people that sound like seagulls. Listen. What the
It's very important to protect the seagulls. The seagulls are very beautiful animals.
I know, Trevor, I know. How do you figure out that you can do this to begin with?
Make seagulls sexy again. Be positive about seagulls. When you are on a holiday, you always remember the waves of the sea and the calls of the seagulls.
I found it hilarious that it was one competition in a thing that I was doing what was very weird. And I turned 40 that year, and I think that kind of ticked in, that I was like, okay, I'm not going to be boring or do only grown-up things now. I will do this competition.
Get out of here. Let's do a yo-yo trip to Belgium to hear the Seagull people. That one person, the next one. No, not her. That. How do you, yeah, like Trevor said, how do you accidentally discover that? You're at the beach and you're just like, oh, seagulls. Ah! I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. With any voice, sound, impression, I kind of have a little bit of a jumping off point, you know? This, mystery. The costumes are a bit much. Well, you know, I don't think so. I think I agree. I mean, I think I disagree with you. Because to me, that's just, you know, it's like Seagull cosplay. People go to Comic-Con dressed as the Mandalorian. If you're going to a Seagull screeching competition, especially I feel like if you're in it, if you're dressed like a seagull, dude, maybe the judges will hear like a slightly different seagull sound coming out of you. I'm going to try to practice my seagull sound. Maybe we could have our own little seagull competition. I think that would be fun, and I would really genuinely like to go to Belgium. Oh, motherfucker. I closed the tab. Hang on. I closed the tab. I have to get back to it. Hang on. This is the second coolest thing I've seen all week. Internet's just slow as hell, so sorry. Give me a sec. Where did he go? Oh, God. I knew this was going to happen. I just fucking knew it. I can't believe I did that. I watched myself do it too. I moused right over the X and I thought in my head, you better not close that tab. And then I just clicked it. You better not close that tab. Okay, here it is. Okay. Are you familiar with the Geek Reaper at all in any capacity? The Geek Reaper? On YouTube and on Instagram, he goes by the Geek Reaper, and he just does cosplays. He does like over-the-top cosplays. He does videos about action figures and, Bionicle and Legos, and he's kind of just a nerd dude.
I ran across this. He made, have you seen this ultimate gauntlet that he made? You got to see this thing, dude. You have to see this thing. I can't get the video to be any bigger than this, but this is this is what this dude does. Look at this gauntlet he created right here. Look at this gauntlet. Look at this gauntlet he created. Look, this is the Chaos Gauntlet. This is the Supreme Gauntlet, the Supreme Power Gauntlet, which we're going to watch right now. So pay attention, nerds. Listen to what this gauntlet has.
Injected Super Saiyan DNA, Chemical X, Dragon Blood, Compound V, Energon, and Gamma Fluid into the Ultimatrix that was synchronized with the White Ranger's morpher and calibrated with the cameraman's camera. The whole thing is mounted on the Nano Gauntlet with the Dragon Balls, Chaos Emeralds, the White Lantern's Ring, the 6 Infinity Stones, and if you add the Friendship and the Family Stones into the mix, you get the legendary Hybrid Theory Linkin Park audio cassette that acts as a medium for Chester Bennington's Oversoul that was also evolved by the Stand Arrow. The cassette goes into Star-Lord's Walkman where Chester's scream is channeled through Black Bolt's mouth, forming a sonic cannon.
What? Chester Bennington's voice is amplified through Black Bolt's mouth? That's awesome.
Powered by an arc reactor that is extracting energy from a quantum black hole stabilized by a PIM particle disk. The reactor is supercharging the proton pack that was upgraded with the ultimate nullifier to contain the Dark Phoenix and redirect its powers into the BFG where it merges with atomic radiation from a Godzilla embryo that is life-sustained by pure testosterone from Chuck Norris balls. The fusion is channeled through Goku's hands into a kyber crystal, forming a laser-focused atomic dark...
It's channeled through Goku's hands into a kyber crystal. I want this to exist in the comic universe somehow. Like I just want to see it.
And if this is not enough, Uno reverse card, full Exodia, Pikachu Illustrator, Master of Death, and the Beholder. How it works, how I build it, is it stronger than the Gauntlet of Chaos? These are the questions I'm answering right now on my YouTube channel. And I will see you right there.
He's got a YouTube channel. Don't worry. I found his YouTube channel. I'm going to link in the description to his YouTube channel. But he's got a full-on, long, in-depth video. I started watching it earlier today.
How I build it
of how
and the direct battle between the two gauntlets will come in the next video.
Bennington's voice through Black Bolt's mouth into a kyber crystal powered by... I mean... This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've watched that video at least a dozen times, and it's still great. Every time he gets to the part about how the Godzilla embryo is being kept alive by pure testosterone from Chuck Norris's balls, how do you even think of that? How do you even think of that? I love this. I know I want this kind of autism. That's amazing. That's the coolest shit I've ever seen. That's the coolest thing. That's it. And he's got an Uno reverse card on it, a Pikachu Master Illustrator edition on it. I mean, Compound V, Energon. I love this. And I love that he put like the Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan hands right at the front of the blaster. This is my favorite thing. This is my favorite thing.
This gauntlet is built from 6 separate...
Watch his whole video, watch his YouTube channel. He's just a really nice nerd, you know? And if there's one thing I love in the world is really nice nerds. Nice nerds just make me happy. Nice nerds, I feel perfectly comfortable, perfectly at home. Walking into some sort of Comic-Con with a bunch of nice nerds, they'll be like, yes, you're my people. You're my people. Do you want to talk about Star Trek versus Star Wars? Because we can. And we will. Technologia. This is the other coolest thing I've ever seen. And maybe you guys are hip to this. And I'm not. But are you familiar with Moddog mods? Everyone's going to roll their eyes. Are you familiar with Moddog? They make these. This isn't even the coolest part. They make these types of really, really sick regulated mods. Yeah, the Etheria. Are you guys familiar with these?
These types, they do that, they do that, they do that, they do that. Moddog. I feel like I just discovered this company. I have not ever heard of Moddog before. They make beautiful mods. But more than that, they have, dude, look at this. They have a YouTube channel where you can just watch the whole process. I've watched this whole video already, and it's fascinating. But they have a YouTube channel where you can watch
from all this stuff
from beginning to end.
Hello
The design,
nice to see you back.
It starts with drawings and then 3D modeling, and he goes through this whole thing of making these like individually by hand, sawing the wood and blah, blah, blah. And then, they machine it. They machine the body, sanding, the buttons, the chipset, the tube. He goes through all of it and is basically like a step-by-step, like if you can work with wood, maybe you could build one of these things. Yeah, making of it. This is the coolest thing I've seen a modder ever do. There's been high-end modders out in the vape space for ages. And we always just get these devices that look sick, but this, like actual behind the scenes of how he draws it and how he CADs it out and how he mills it out of wood and how he drills the holes, like it's fascinating. It's a really well done video, but this is just completely enthralling. I got sucked into this so quickly that it made me have so much respect for Moddog. I want a Moddog mod now. I want one. They're beautiful, dude. They're beautiful mods. And this guy, like, look at this guy. He's just a crafty, hobby, working with wood guy, and he makes these. Let's skip ahead. Let's go to the machining the body.
Here, the machining is getting interesting and more complicated. In order to work
the price on these has got to be high. If every single one of them is getting individually made like this, the price on this got to be wild. Got to be like $600, $700 plus dollars. Lava box, Travis? Dude, I still have a lava box.
Back to the aluminum jigs.
Anyway, we're not going to sit here and just watch this whole thing. It's so satisfying. It's so, I don't know. I got sucked immediately into this, and I would encourage everybody to watch it because it's just fun. It's just cool. That's the coolest shit I saw all week long. And I'll put links in the description to not just the Seagulls, not just the Moddog, but the Geek Reapers Instagram and YouTube channels. Those need to be watched as well. In fact, I don't even have any bummer what news other than the, kill switch in cars. Federal surveillance is mandated in cars by 2027. That's kind of whatever. But also, Super Gauntlet, that's much cooler. Super Gauntlet. Oh, shit. Here we go. Let's throw this right now. This is not the coolest thing I've seen all week, but this is a thing that I saw this week. I got a GoFundMe. Steve-O sent this my way. Hang on. Let me get to Steve-O's SMS direct text message. Yeah, but this is Bob. This is Bob Ohms Too Low. We know Bob Ohms Too Low. He's been in our chat a bunch, and his family's house burnt down, and he lost his father in the fire, and that is. That's horrible, dude. That's heartbreaking. So I'm going to post this. I might do it next week too. We might keep this going until we can get some movement on this GoFundMe, but literally anything and everything helps. Literally anything and everything helps. Yeah, Bob. We know Bob. Bob ohms too low. He's been in our chat lots. We love Bob. We know Bob ohms too low. His ohms are too low. We know Bob. And he has been literally seemingly to hell and back by his family's house burning down and lost your dad in the process. Fuck, man. That sucks. That's awful. And I wish nothing but the best for you, Bob, ohms too low, and your family. And I hope that you can get through this time. And I hope that anybody watching can just toss a couple bucks your way to help you get through this time. Absolutely. Bob, big love to you. Big love to you and your family. That's a living nightmare. That's just a nightmare. I can't think of any other way to say it. So if you have any cash, anything, any on GoFundMe, any little thing helps. Any little thing helps. JP Dooms, let's get going. Let's buy a 5-axis CNC machine, man. Let's crank out some mods. You know? All right, guys. Well, that's the coolest thing I saw all week. Now, would you like to get into some of the retro vapings we like to call? What do we call retro vapings? I think it's time. I don't know. I haven't checked on Hella Chats in like 10 streams, but there are frequently some Hella Chats coming in. I just wanted to make sure I called those out. Let's also hydrate real quick before we get into any retro vapings. We call them retro vapings. Just Oya gifting subs like an absolute legend. Birdman, Brett, Stolen Time, Joker, Brett, Trey, Brett, Stolen Time, Joker, Brett, Rog, Raw Hit. Joker, Trey, Hotspot Josh, Joker, Trey, Hotspot Josh. Ants in my eyes. Ants in my eyes. Joker, Trey, Raw Hit. Is that what it says? Raw Hit. Ants in my eyes. A perfect Doug. Willie Brown. Marcus. Kith. Hotspot Josh. Willie Brown. Kith. Hotspot Josh. Kith. Hotspot Josh. Willie Brown. Brian's Tech. You getting all this, Squid? We got a lot of drinking to do. Hotspot Josh. Crazed Bat. Thank you for keeping me hydrated. Let's get at it. This bagpipe's Hotspot Josh. Crazed Bat. Squid. Wow, Squid beat me by a mile. Squid beat me by a long way. Dang. All right, Squid. Well, it's time to do some retro vapings. I'm going to put a new poll in the chat. Putting exclamation points after all of them. Do we want to allow VU points on this? Do we want to allow VU points or no VU points? Do we do VU points on the retro vapings? Okay, Jason. GrimmGreen reviews a vape thing that he's never even tried before. Thank you for reminding me to play the bumpers. I do genuinely need to remember to play the bumpers. No, let's do none. Let's just make this purely democratic in nature. 3 minutes. Here's your options. And there's a poll in the chat literally right now. 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. A 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. A 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. A 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. I said it's 1, 2, 3, or that mystery box. And then 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. 1, 2, 3, or the mystery box. If you don't vote, then you don't get to vote. View results. Every time. Every time. Every time. You're opening an investigation, an official federal inquiry, Corporate Jason? A federal inquiry to the voting records? No oligarch mode. This is pure democracy tonight. No oligarch mode, at least not for this. Maybe for the random liquid tasting we can oligarch mode, but otherwise this is one man, one vote, you know? We don't even have the you know, I was going to say the Royal College of Physicians. That's not it. You know what I mean. The America voting. The way America votes. It seems like the mystery box is going to win. I thought number 3 might... It's number 3! Someone just took number 3. Over the top, over the mystery box. You guys, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the arm here. Notice the headlock. Get your hand off my penis. Whoa, what a turn. Mystery box jumped up to the lead. This is exciting. Mystery box for number 3. It's like 10. We got a countdown. Is everybody voted? Is the Electoral College aware of this? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st, 1. Oh, you know, the mystery box. It's hard to pass on the mystery box, but I just think it's funny that the mystery box got chosen. None of you did, so you're going to go away for now. The mystery box got chosen, and the thing in the mystery box is what no one wanted to vote for last week. Aw, this got literally 0 votes. So it went right into the mystery box, immediately got chosen. Immediately got chosen. You don't even know what this is, do you? Do you even know what this is? Ugh. Oh, it's a 3-post deck is what it is. Look at that. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. We're gonna do round wire. Now do a poll on whether or not there's parts missing. Yeah, it looks like it looks like all the screws are intact. I don't think there's any parts missing. We got a deck, we got a top cap, we got screws, we got O-rings. We make sure, you know, it's like a 510 pin on the bottom. Although this 510 pin ain't gonna go on no hybrids. Look at that. Whoa. That is barely gonna make a contact. Look at that. That's like the most flush 510. Well, and that's the thing. We used to have to tell people to look at your 510 connections to make sure they're protruding past the threads. You don't really have to do that anymore with like newer modern RDAs because they all go past the threads. But once upon a time, it was like, well, just make the contact flush with the threads. Put this on a mech, hard short. Immediate hard short. I know. That's exactly what I was thinking, Jake. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get some micro Claptons through there. And if I could, the biggest problem I think I'm going to run into is getting 2 micro Claptons through one center post. That's going to be the hanging chads. Hanging chads. Yeah, I remember that. I remember our prior political landscape. I remember the prior political landscape. In fact, I remember I was working at the ski shop in Tahoe. Where the hell ass did my damn round wire go? I think I got 27 gauge here. I actually don't even know what gauge this is. I put so many stickers on it. Yeah, see, this is Clapton wire, and there's no way. I don't even think I could get one little tiny Clapton through there. I think this is 24 gauge, but I've put so many stickers on this. I don't know the gauge of this wire anymore, but doesn't that look like something I can build with? It's got to be 24 gauge. I think this is 24 gauge. Which means it's going to be pretty high resistance. I'm just going to pull off 2 to 3 feet of wire. 5 to 6 feet of wire is a good way to go, good way to measure it. You know the lesson. More wire means you're going to get a better coil. It's like more seatbelt, you know? It's the more seatbelt. The longer your seatbelt, the safer you are. The more wire you have, the better your coil's going to be. It's like Dickie Mo. The mystery box is like a politician. Well, you're not wrong. Should we put like 3mm coil in here? 2.5mm coils? Shit, 3.5mm coils? Yeah. I feel like it's got to be 3mm coils. I just use the oldest UD coiling tool that has ever existed. I think this is at least 14 years old. UD. It's a screwdriver and 3mm, so I can put the wire in this way. Ka-chow, like this. Bend it up, get my little dealie, make sure I find the 3mm hole that is away from the screw. So I'm going to use that hole right there. And then you just go, that's 1 wrap. That's 2 wraps. That's 3 wraps. That's 4 wraps. That's 5 wraps. That's 6 wraps. That's 7 wraps. Shit, do a dual 24 gauge 8 wrap. That's going to be it's going to be a hell of a coil right there. A 3mm. Can anybody guess really quickly or do some math? Tell me what this is going to ohm out to. A 24 gauge 8 wrap 3mm. could probably even center that a little bit, although I don't know that I really need to on this RDA. 24 gauge. 8 wrap, 3mm. Yeah, it's nichrome. It's nichrome. I believe it's nichrome. Again, I put so many stickers on this. I don't know where it came. I think it's Kidney Puncher NI80. Yeah, I have Steel Valley, Twisted Timmy's, F the FDA. I think it's nichrome. Sorry, I think it's Niachrome. What do I do? 8 wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit. Okay, we got 2 8 wraps here. That's great. How do I want to do this? We did 3mm coils, so I'm going to try to center this before. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, like Jake Scrapwood said, let's hope this doesn't clip the leads. Whoa. I feel like I could feel that about to clip the lead. For seriousness. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I haven't fucked with round wire in a hot minute. So I think I'm gonna get the second coil, beautiful coil in here. See, I already miss Ern. He should be complaining about round wire right now. Where's Ern? Someone pretend to be Ern. Someone pretend to be Ern and talk shit on round wire. Okay. Come on, what do I new here? Yaha, baby. Yaha. Okay. Oh, you know, it used to be, this is definitely a lead clipping screw, Jake Scrapwood. 100% a lead clipping screw. And a dead giveaway is when I screw down the screw, when this lead starts bending up, nope, clip. It's just going to get clipped. Real quickly, Dicky Mo. Damn, and I didn't even Dicky Mo properly. That clip went, that little lead went flying. Damn it.
It was. It was a feature. We're in. Round wire. Round wire, baby. The Tugboat was one of the most egregious lead clippers. And anything from China. All the Yude stuff feels like it clipped leads like crazy. All right, yeah. I like those preemptive Dickie Mo's because 1, 2, 3. Jackwagon. All right. We did it. Now I just need to get in here. Hang on. I'm going to, you know. Anthony Romello, he's a hell of a fella. Anthony Romello.
Because I have to be precise.
You see? 1, 2. Diggy bop. Went in my mouth. I caught that in my mouth. I just caught a lead clip in my mouth. I mean, I don't know if there's a competition for like leet vapor skills, but I don't remember any other vape YouTubers catching wire clippings in their mouth. I don't know if they have those skills. Straight up caught it in my mouth. It just went straight in my mouth like a cigarette. It felt like I had a toothpick in my mouth. That's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. And I've been in Metal Morrissey's living room. 1, 2, 3. Take him out. Okay, for some reason that wouldn't clip. Okay, got it. I'm going to watch the replay of me catching a lead in my mouth. Thanks, Romella. Still that. No, I know it's just round wire, but I'm trying to make it look pretty. That's looking pretty good. Huh? Look at that. Look how old school that is. Shit, I've seen that design on t-shirts before. My center leads didn't get snipped as close as I would like, even with my Anthony Romello glasses on, but the great thing about that is it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect the vape in any way. And kind of do these, one of these jobbers. You know, you just bend that lead away. Why does that feel loose? Okay. Whoa, that center screw is loose. I mean, that's a pretty good looking build. I'm gonna go with it. I can't imagine that the flavor's going to be, like, really banging on this. What are we guessing for resistances, huh? And that thick cap? Yeah, and here's the thing. This cap, it's just metal right after the airflow. So from the airflow holes up, literally directly from the airflow hole up, is just thick metal. Thick. You see how thick it is in there? Thick. So the flavor could be banging. The flavor could be banging on this. But it is hot. It is going to get wildly warm. No, it's not 0.2, 0.27? You guys are way low. Way low. Way low. Thick. with 2 C's. Anthony Ramella, he's a hell of a fellow. Anthony Ramella, manimana. Okay. Great. Whoops. Point 0.45 pre-fire. 0.45 pre-fire. It's going to be turbulent. When was the last time? Okay, yeah, that looks. We might have some wonk there. I can't remember the last time I've used or built this atomizer. Usually, stuff I've used recently has the prior build in it, but this was naked on the inside. Great. Perfection. Except these screws seem to work their way out. Dude, how do you dislike round wire? How does anybody dislike round wire? It's so simple. Even though one of those coils is wildly far away from the center post and the other one is a little bit closer. That's something I can correct, but I'm choosing not to. You know? I'm choosing to leave that. Anthony Ramella, he's a hell of a fellow. That doesn't feel like it's enough cotton. And now I have to waste this. That's stupid. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look at that, though. Classic. Classic vape. And, whoops. Old Anthony Ramella, he's a hell of a fella. Anthony Ramella, I'm a new and I'm a thing. Sleeper dude, I haven't. Dude, I should have done a sleeper build. I don't know if I could actually do a sleeper build anymore. Jake Scrapwood. I don't think I could. Genuinely. That it might be require too much skills. Yeah, you know, the wicking, it's just gonna look like crap. It's just a put. That's it. Super easy put motions. Open the pit up, you know, leave room in the front for airflow to get to. And then theoretically, we should just be able to place the airflows like that right in front of the coil because there's no notches or tabs, so it doesn't have to go on there, you know, in any specific way. This is the Surik Vapes Universe RDA, by the way. I think most folk know that. Most folk will never lose a toe, but then again, some folk will. Now, I don't know. What sounds good? Great dip. Cappuccino cream. I can throw Sully's in there. I can throw that vanilla in there. I've still, believe it or not, I've still got some of that raspberry ripple, scrapwood raspberry ripple. Oh, here's what we're gonna do. Let's go with this. Feeling it. Feeling that. Show me the way back home. Cloud Chemist. The Alchemist. Oh, look at those perfect round wire coils. You don't have to all admit how jealous you are right now. You know, space it out over time. I could have used one piece of cotton, Frank, and I appreciate you calling me out on that. I definitely could have. I chose not to, you know? And that's on me. Oh! Oh! I want to get closer. I wish I had a crazy macro lens. So dripping through the tip, you know, dripping through the top, give it a little swirl, and get where it needs to go. What's the slowest vapors of all time? .45 at 14 full watts. Watch out. Angle wonk. Yeah, you know, in old 3 posts like this, the angle wonk was actually beneficial for some reason. You know, I can't remember exactly why. Oh, hey now. Hey now. It's cooking. Anthony, remember? Oh, that liquid, the Alchemist, smells so good. It's simply too good. You're driving with the driving crooner, baby. All right, let's get this cap on. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Here I don't even know if this is gonna like fire on this. That's the problem. Okay, yeah, it's reading it. It's kind of a good match on there. It's kind of a good match on that leaning tree. Let me do some real quick cleaning up here. One thing that we have not done is figure out when exactly this RDA came out. Anthony Ramella, he's a hell of a fella. Anthony Ramella, doing another thing. Let's see. This video isn't available anymore. I don't know why that keeps happening. Aura RDA, Surik Galaxy version 1. Professor Chaos RDA. Universe Atomizer, 11 years ago. I reviewed this 11 years ago.
All right. Well, hey, everybody.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's a really old video.
Back here today, as always, I want to give a very
shirt?
warm welcome to my new subscribers. I do hope you find what you're
What
looking
build
for.
did I put in it then? Probably something that looks exactly... Yep.
Absorb the juice.
It's not too far off from what I'm having there right now.
Full of cotton like
I didn't even bother to angle them at all. I didn't bother to try to center those coils at all, dude.
The posts as well. I was using 24
I just left them.
Never had a problem with these screws like...
What did I put it on? Big Fat Mac?
I've had nothing but solid flavor. So, as always, you want to line up your holes with your coils. You put it down. 18 or 26,650 battery. It takes a little bit to ramp up. So the vapor is
26,650
battery. It's not
battery.
like a warm, like intense vapor. I'm sure you could build it much lower. I'm going to throw this on my hex.
I must have built it high there too. As in high resistance. High resistance. Whoa, Anthony Ramella, Anthony Ramella. Now you do the thing.
That's not a 510. You know, I could get a Surik Vapes. This is a Surik Vapes drip tip. That's a Surik Vapes drip tip that's going to work. It's the Christmas tree. We're going with it. Surik Vapes Universe. Hand check. Desk check. Let's go. Let's go, Surik Vapes. Hi! What? When did that get so whistly? My dogs are going to freak out if they hear that. Okay, I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. Let's go. Let's go. It's going to happen. Let's go. That's the Surik Universe whistle, apparently. Here's the thing. I mean, it tastes like the Cloud Chemist Alchemist. The flavor is not bad, dude. The flavor is legitimately not bad. The airflow is Whistle Nation. Whistle. I don't even. That's one of the original. This has got to be one of the original whistlers. It's like supersonic pitched whistle. Yeah. Chamfering the airflow, I thought, was like a widely known practice throughout all of RDAs, but you can still get RDAs with like unrounded, unchamfered airflow holes. And this is what you get. Yeah, Whistle Dixie, West Virginia, born and raised. But I can't believe the flavor is that good. It's not getting hot yet. But the whistle would honestly keep me from using this RDA. I think that's why it comes out once every 3 years. The flavor, though, I will say the flavor is shockingly good. Shockingly good. And it's got to be because the top of this is just metal. Just metal. From the airflow up, that's half the RDA cap is just thick metal. Thick. Damn. The Surik Universe. I don't even, was I rating things back then? Did I give this any banana stickers or? Nope. I just say like, it's good. A little bit. Yeah, it's going to be a much more intense vape right now than I was getting off that 26650 battery.
Through the drip tip
the
like
power
a boss.
Regulated
Damn,
mod.
GrimmGreen.
0.4 ohms. Not sure what this is set to. It's probably around 40-ish watts.
On a hex. Dude, I was running on a hex ohm.
A lot more intense. You can hear the crackling a lot more. The flavor's actually much nicer when you crank up the wattage like that. Intense. You can hear the crackling a lot more.
Did you guys hear any crackle?
The flavor's
there?
actually
that
much nicer.
That was like phantom crackle.
A lot more intense. You can hear the crackling a lot more. The flavor's actually much nicer when you crank up the wattage like that. Looks cool, works cool, even on a regulated box mod. It's 28 millimeters, so it's going to hang over the side of most box mods.
The universe
but it's
is
a
good.
Big
If
atomizer.
it didn't have that damn whistle,
on 26,
I could rock this as a round wire RDA.
Mods. The flavor is nice. The performance is nice. The airflow, very, very nice. I wouldn't say that it has like the perfect airflow,
retro,
but it's got a nice, big, swooshy airflow. It's not too open, but it's open enough to get a nice, big cloud, nice, big performance. This
is a good vape. Maybe it's the Alchemist, but...
Vape budget hands.
Comes down
Can
to
you
the
tell
vape,
I've been
but I'm gonna
watching
leave that
air
on
gun
there.
videos?
I'm going to put this 26650 to the side. I'm going to leave it on my Hexome because I like the performance I'm getting from it much more. If you get it, ditch the drip tip because I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I like to.
Dang, what a rare video. In this office with a throat tattoo. That didn't last very long. That did not last very long at all. All right, Universe RDA, let's go. It's just a good RDA. I don't know what to tell you. Besides the whistle. I guess I'm mostly shocked by how good the flavor is. I wasn't expecting that saturated, like dense of a flavor from this. But it's good. It's just good. I'm never going to be anti-Roundwire because it's like, that's your roots, man. We were raised on Roundwire. Vapors who've only been around since like the last 5 years, 6 years, they don't understand what it was like when everything was Roundwire. For like years, everything was just Roundwire. What build is in that? It's Roundwire. What do you mean, what build is in this? It's Roundwire. And then it's like, oh, well, is it a twisted Roundwire? Well, and then we had twisted coils. Oh, is it a sleeper build? Is it a parallel build? You got a little bit fancy with Roundwire, but before Clapton's, it was just Roundwire. Roundwire drove you to school in the mornings? Yeah, Roundwire had to walk up and down, walk uphill both ways in the snow to school. Roundwire was my babysitter for a number of years. Just Roundwire. It was there for me, It was there for me. It never let me down. And I've been let down by fancy coils. I've been let down by framed staples in the past. I've been let down by like multi-core aliens in the past. Roundwire doesn't, make any illusions as to what it actually is. It just is there. It's reliable. It's performance. It's Roundwire, It's Roundwire. If Ern was here, he'd be unsubscribing right now, I'm pretty sure. But it's Roundwire. It's great. It's spectacular. It's hard not to love Roundwire. Okay. Let's, perfect timing. How could you even, it's perfect timing. Freaking perfect timing. All right, we did that. Where's the news? We're so stoked on everything else. I didn't get to the news. It's time to do the news. In fact, hang on. Let me be right back. Let me take a quick pee break and put my Anthony Romello glasses. I'll be right back.
Okay, everybody. What's going on? There's stuff happening. There's stuff happening all over the place. Doesn't matter what I was going to talk about tonight. We'll save that for another vlog, because what we're going to talk about tonight is there's another lawsuit. Not just another lawsuit, another really big lawsuit. Potentially industry-changing lawsuit. First things first, though. THR Global. Hang on, it's annoying me that the tops of this keep continuously get cut off. That's just obnoxious. So let's center this more. Perfect. THR Global. Why is it still cut off? Why is it still cut off at the top? Is this going to work? Okay, great. We got it real shrunk down. THR Global. I'm encouraging everybody in this stream, if you've ever watched a GrimmGreen video, if you've ever put a vape in your mouth and inhaled it and then went, I don't need cigarettes anymore, please share your story with THR Global. There was always seemingly endless organizations looking for testimonials. CASA was looking for testimonials, and the World Vapors Alliance was asking for testimonials, and Safada was looking for testimonials. Everybody's always looking for testimonials. Be that testimonial. Do a testimonial anywhere you can. Do a testimonial on THR Global. This is a global view of tobacco harm reduction. This is everybody in the world can basically go to this website. They've only got 81 testimonials. They kind of just started out. 18 countries are represented. 60 cities are represented. This is intended to give everybody, in the world a voice and show, graphically represented where the vapors are in the world, what their stories are, how they quit smoking. There's a big map, and you can just click Europe, North America, South America, Africa, Asia. Just go do it. This can only be good. This can only be a good thing, getting your stories out there, getting your testimonials out there. People read them, people see them, and testimonials can change people's minds. I have only one good example of this, but testimonials do and can change people's minds. There was a representative, Julie Casimiro, I'll never forget her name, in Rhode Island. I think it was Rhode Island. She was a staunch anti-vaping person. She said that, it's causing the next generation to be addicted to nicotine and this, that, and the other. And then she went with a constituent to a vape shop and spent a day in a vape shop and sat there all day long and watched nothing but adults go in and out. She talked to people going in and out of the vape shop, and they all told her a very similar story of, I used to smoke for X amount of years. Then I found vaping and I haven't had a cigarette in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. After that one day of this representative spending a day in a vape shop, she completely changed her mind. Completely changed her mind on vaping, and then went back and attempted to try to undo some legislation that had been passed in vaping. But stories matter. I would love that. But listen, stories matter. We could use more open-minded representatives like her, but stories matter. Real people, real outcomes. The global state of tobacco harm reduction, THR Global, huge fan. I'm, again, encouraging anybody and everybody, if you've ever quit smoking with vaping, to go do a testimonial. Maybe we'll save this for next week. I was going to talk about South Carolina, because South Carolina, shout out to Gunny, South Carolina just passed a PMTA registry bill. And it's bad. And it was very heavily supported by Big Tobacco. RJ Reynolds is the company pushing these PMTA registry bills in every state. There's one coming to Pennsylvania soon as well. Blue Bag Bill got me hip to that. There's one passing soon. seemingly in every state. It's RJ Reynolds, the big tobacco company, that is behind all of these PMTA registry bills, all of them. It's their fault. So South Carolina, maybe we can sit and read that whole story next week. But it's fishy. You know, the way that this got passed, it's fishy. South Carolina, it's fishy. But the real big news, the real very big news. Here, let's get a placeholder here on the screen right here. Yeah. There's a new lawsuit. There's a new lawsuit happening, dude. There's a new lawsuit happening. It has the potential, like I said, to be a pretty big deal. But it all depends on, you know, the courts. And I guess we kind of always knew that it was going to come to this. We knew that vaping was never going to be regulated or legislated based on the best science possible. It should be purely that, but it hasn't been based on that ever. Vape regulations and legislation have never been based on the best science available. It's always ideological aversions to nicotine, to addiction, and the youth might want to use nicotine, and then it gets political, and now it's going to be settled, most likely in America, by lawsuits. By lawsuits. It might be, I don't want to say it's going to be the only way that vaping could possibly win, but it might be the only way that vaping could possibly win. It doesn't look like FDA is going to do anything. In fact, in the face of this lawsuit, FDA is literally just doubling down on everything they've said in the past. FDA's official stance, by the way, is that flavors are no different than a tobacco flavor in helping adults quit. A flavored vape and a tobacco vape are the exact same, and there's no benefit to a flavor helping an adult quit. An adult can quit just as easily with a tobacco flavor as they could with a strawberry flavor. This is FDA speaking. And any flavors can be enticing to youth. So their logic is we only need tobacco flavors because adults can just use tobacco flavors to quit and youth don't like tobacco flavors. Perfect. We've struck a perfect public health balance. That's their official stance, and that is crazy to me in light of their own National Youth Tobacco Survey data. In spite of all of the science that has been submitted through the various PMTA applications, FDA's official stance is that flavors don't help adults, they only harm children, and that adults will be just as successful with just tobacco flavors. Nicely done, FDA. Good job, FDA. They passed a PMTA enforcement law and have hit some shops, confiscated any juice that didn't have PMTA, which is all juices. Yep. Neil Pitts is spot on. The PMTA registry bills are awful. Are awful. South Carolina is especially fucked. Sorry, Mini Meat. Especially, unfortunately, Gunny. And my heart goes out to you. I hate it. I hate it. I wish vaping was just regulated and legislated based on the best science available, but it was never going to be. It was never going to be. And it pisses me off to no end. No, we'll just leave that alone. I don't need to get too ragey right now. So here we're going to read here from Courthouse News Service. The Courthouse News Service. Gabriel wrote this. It was a simple but cloudy question. Good start, Gabriel. Let's get this man the Pulitzer. Can the FDA force vape makers to prove their flavored e-liquids help smokers quit better than a plain tobacco flavor without ever actually telling them that that rule existed? This is the whole basis of this lawsuit. And I'll break down what's the difference between this lawsuit and the Wages and White Lion lawsuit, because it is a very different lawsuit. That tension dominated oral arguments Tuesday before a 3-judge panel of the Fifth Circuit, where 7 small vape liquid companies are fighting the Food and Drug Administration's blanket denial of marketing approval for flavored electronic nicotine delivery systems. I don't know why we can't just call them vapes. Why, FDA? Why? You can't just call them a vape, a nicotine vape? You have to call them a flavored electronic nicotine delivery system? What the fuck is wrong with you? What do you call a car? Oh, well, that's an internal combustion horsepower tire turner. What? What? What are you talking about? In 2020, lead plaintiff Niquid, I know those guys. Lead plaintiff Niquid filed a detailed pre-market tobacco product application with scientific data, consumer surveys, and youth access restrictions. It argued the product satisfied the Tobacco Control Act's appropriate for the protection of public health standard, which requires FDA to weigh risks and benefits to the entire population, protecting kids from nicotine addiction. Noble. Protecting kids from nicotine addiction. Oh, my Lord. While offering adult smokers a less harmful alternative to cigarettes. It kills me that FDA says that vaping is less harmful than cigarettes and that adults should switch. They can switch with a tobacco flavor. That kills me. Yes, this can save lives, but not too many yet. Not too many. We need to save lives, but slowly, slowly. Could you imagine if every smoker in America found a flavor they liked and suddenly quit smoking? What that would do to tobacco taxes? What that would do to the big tobacco companies? What that would do to the health industry? Like, it would throw everything on its ear. It would disrupt the status quo by the largest margin possible. I actually think I might hate the FDA. In May 2024, the FDA issued marketing denial order blocking sales. The agency ruled that Niquid failed to provide a comparative efficacy study showing that its non-tobacco flavored products help adults switch from cigarettes better than tobacco flavored products. Similar denials hit 6 other plaintiffs in this now consolidated case. Attorney Eric P. Gotting, representing Niquid, told the panel the FDA's approach violates both the Tobacco Control Act and the Administrative Procedure Act. He argued the comparative efficacy requirement is effectively a tobacco product standard that required formal notice and comment rulemaking. Yeah. You know how there's rules for us, in life, there's laws for us. And when we break the laws, then we get in trouble. Or you know how you go to, like a movie theater and they have rules. And they're like, one of these rules is you don't be loud during the movie. Okay? And then you go in the theater and you're really, really loud and they go, you broke the rule. You got to get out. You know how that exists for society? That also exists for regulatory agencies like the FDA. They have laws and rules that they're supposed to follow. And when they introduce, a new standard or a new rule or new guidance or a new law mandated by Congress, they have to post a formal notice. And they have to, by law, ask for comments from the public. It's just the law. They did neither of these things. And that's what this lawsuit is mostly focused around, high phrasing. That's what this lawsuit is mostly focused around. He added the agency ignored its own National Youth Tobacco Survey data showing virtually no middle or high school students' use of his client's specific products. Amicus attorney Christian G. Veronis, arguing for R.J. Reynolds Vapor Company, reinforced the notice and comment claim. He pointed to internal FDA menthol memos that showed a top-down policy shift. Citing the Fifth Circuit's 2001 Shell offshore precedent, Vergonis said, it's not that I dislike this guy's last name, Vergonis. It's fine. It's hard to pronounce. But I genuinely kind of feel like anybody who gets into the public, you know, like if you're a lawyer and you're going to be in public a lot and talking to newspapers a lot, why don't we normalize stage names for other professions? You know? Why not? I think that should be encouraged and allowed, you know? That's like, oh, well, I go to my dentist, Toby McGuffrey. What if your dentist name was like Captain Awesome? Legally changes his name. It's his stage name. I'm your dentist, Captain Awesome. I think we should encourage that because Vergonis, I already don't like him. I don't even know him. I don't like him just because his last name is Vergonis. But I don't know why that bothers me so much. Sorry, citing the Fifth Circuit's Shell offshore precedent, Vergonis said when an agency adopts a policy first and then applies it across cases, that's rulemaking in disguise, which means they should have had a public comment period and they didn't. Kevin B. Soter, arguing for the government, defended the denials as a straightforward case-by-case adjudications, adjunctions. Old learning disability Nick is kicking into high gear right now. I don't understand this word, so I'm going to Google it. Yeah, education. Why does it never just defaultly give you a pronunciation right there? You have to click on YouTube, watch an ad first.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of the most mispronounced words in the world, like this other curious word. But how do you say what you're looking for today? We are looking at how to pronounce this word and more confusing vocabulary.
Oh my God, that did not need to be a minute-long video. Just tell me how to pronounce this. Welcome back, pronunciation fans. Don't forget to join the pronunciation Discord. Now, do you want to learn how to pronounce? Yes, I do. Just one word.
Adjudication.
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 A judicial decision is called an adjudication. Did everybody know this? Adjudication. The thank you phrasing. Adjudication.
Adjudication.
Adjudication. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Pronunciation Squad. That could have been a 1-second video.
Adjudication.
Adjudication. Adjudication. Arguing for the government defended the denials as a straightforward case-by-case adjudication required by the Tobacco Control Act. Congress placed the burden on manufacturers to prove their specific new products are appropriate for the protection of public health, weighing risks and benefits to the population as a whole. Soter emphasized 3 key FDA findings. Are you ready for these key FDA findings? Oh man, the government's got the weakest case on earth. Key FDA findings: non-tobacco flavors significantly increase youth appeal and initiation risk. That's true if you ignore the CDC and FDA's National Youth Tobacco Survey data, which apparently Marty McCary is, because he said it was, what did he say? It was bogus? What did he call that science? He made fun of the National Youth Tobacco Survey data. He called it a sham or something like that. Called it a sham. Non-tobacco flavors significantly increase youth appeal and initiation risk. Traditional marketing restrictions will not fully mitigate that risk, and general evidence does not show flavored products provide any additional switching benefits for adults beyond tobacco-flavored ones. Doesn't that want to make you go to the FDA and just grab every one of them by the collar and shake them around and go, what the hell is wrong with you? General evidence does not show that flavored products provide any additional switching benefits for adults beyond tobacco-flavored ones. None at all. You can't argue with FDA. You can't. Flavored e-cigarettes and tobacco-flavored e-cigarettes in general have the same benefits to adults, but the flavors are adding additional risk to kids. He stressed product-specific evidence is required because benefits depend on a product's exact formulation, nicotine strength, and the ability to satisfy cravings. This is the craziest part. 6 recently approved menthol products from Juul and Enjoy succeeded because those manufacturers submitted robust switching data for their specific formulations. Other manufacturers cannot simply piggyback on approved applications. Specific formulations, dude. So if, hypothetically, if JMW got a PMTA for succulents, right, it would only be a PMTA for this exact formulation. And if the recipe changed suddenly and you needed to use another 0.5% of a flavoring, that's a new formulation. That's going to require a brand new PMTA process, a new PMTA application. And if I made a clone of this liquid that had a PMTA authorization down to the molecule, and it was a exact 1-for-1 clone of a PMTA authorized product, I couldn't just say, you've already approved this. This is a clone of something you've already approved. FDA goes, not so fast. You need a PMTA application for that. You can't just piggyback. You can't just prove standard equivalence like cigarettes can. What are you, crazy? U.S. Circuit Judge Andrew Oldman, a Donald Trump appointee, pressed both sides on menthol. Why doesn't every menthol ends manufacturer file a one-page application that says, we're relying on the Juul and Enjoy approvals? He asked Gotting. Gotting replied that approvals help, but the FDA must still conduct a full statutory review. Oldham also questioned the timeline of notice. Nobody knew anything about these comparative efficacy standards before the deadline for PMTAs in September 2020, Vergonis said. Scooter countered that with the statute itself, in which the U.S. Supreme Court interpreted the Wages and White Lion, provided sufficient guidance. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. U.S. Circuit Judge Stephen A. Higginson U.S. Circuit Judge Stephen A. Badass Baum. You know, why can't we have stage names for judges? An appointee of Barack Obama asked whether the panel should wait for the en banc court's decision or remand on the wages case. Gotting urged the panel to decide now, while Soder defended it in the court. Gotting briefly raised a separate issue involving Nickwid's zero nicotine liquids. The FDA applied the same denial rationale, even though the statutory definition of a tobacco product requires nicotine. The panel also included U.S. Secretary Judge Jerry E. Smith, an appointee of Reagan. A ruling could affect thousands of pending applications and clarify how much procedural leeway the FDA has when reviewing the flood of vape products submitted after the 2020 PMTA deadline. I think this, you know, I said this about the Wages and White Lion case too, though. I said the same exact thing. This feels like it has some legs to stand on. It feels like it has some legs to stand on. The Wages and White Lion case was mostly about the review process itself, and that failed by all intents and purposes. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of the FDA and said, no, their procedures are fine. This case is more about, can the FDA create a rule and not tell anybody? and then enforce it without telling anybody. That's the biggest difference in this case. They're challenging the PMTA process, yes, but they're also challenging FDA's ability to suddenly create rules, not tell anyone, and then apply those rules to the people applying their PMTAs. I don't think the FDA gets to do that. Cody Taylor, listen, I agree. We let politicians fuck kids, but get that vape out of their mouth because we care so much. Yeah, definitely. That reminds me of does anybody in here post enough on social media to have a reply guy? Does anybody have a reply guy? Oh, I got a reply guy who defends Epstein. Let's put it this way. I went to the doctors the other day and have had asthma all my life. The doctor said my asthma has gone. He asked what I've been doing. I said I quit smoking in 2012 and I now vape. He said that vaping has most likely cured your asthma. Happy Days of Juices proves vaping is 100 times... Yes! 1,000%, Marky Boy. That's unbelievable. In fact, Marky Boy, that's a story that you're going to share with the Global State of Tobacco Harm Reduction, GSTHR. I'll put a link. You can share your story. You can share it. Yeah, Dick Durbin's retiring. Listen, Krishnamurthy's out. Dick Durbin's out. Those were the two big anti-vaping people. The two biggest anti-vaping people, and they're kind of both on the outs now. So, who knows? We're also getting a new temporary head of the CDC, which we haven't talked about yet. He used to work for Big Tobacco. Everyone's freaking out. I haven't looked into it yet, so I don't know 100% sure who this guy is. But we're getting that. Marty McCary's getting in trouble. Yeah. No, yeah, the Supreme Court didn't realize that adults enjoy blueberries. Yeah. It's not that they think that adults don't enjoy blueberries. It's that they think adults shouldn't be allowed to enjoy blueberries. That's the real ruling. You're not allowed to. You can like blueberries all you want. You can like strawberry e-liquid all you want. I don't think that's the part that's in contention. I think the part that's in contention is if you should be allowed to, That's what I think of, when I think of freedom, America, the Stars and Stripes, the Constitution. I wish there were judges telling me if I was allowed to have flavored things or not. When I think of being a free adult, I think, wait, before you vape that strawberry, did you check with the Supreme Court to see if you're even allowed to do that? Welcome to America. You're not allowed. No, don't regulate the FDA. Burn it to the ground. Burn it to the ground. Yeah, the wages was basically, the wages and White Lion case was basically, you changed the test questions after we studied for it. Right? This case is more like you gave us a test and then failed us for including questions that weren't even on it. You failed us for getting questions wrong that weren't even on the test. That's the basic difference between these two lawsuits. The first one was really more about the unfair PMTA pathway process. And this case is much more kind of going at FDA saying, look, it's not that your PMTA process is broken, which it is. It's that the FDA is actively breaking the law. They're breaking laws. We'll see. Obviously, I'm going to keep an eye on this. Obviously, I will report about this case as often and frequently as I can. We should get a ruling, soon. I'm assuming we haven't had a ruling yet, but Tuesday was just the first day, so we'll see how this goes. Closing arguments, doesn't say anything about closing arguments or anything like that. So I don't know how long this is going to go on for, or if it's going to get out of the Fifth Circuit. These judges need to rule in favor of the industry, and then there's a chance that it could be taken up by the Supreme Court again. But, once we get there again, who knows?
Who knows? But I think this is a big deal. I think this is a genuinely big ass deal. A genuinely big ass deal. And I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got for news and advocacy tonight. There's another lawsuit. It's happening. It feels a little bit like deja vu because we've been here before, you know? It feels a little bit like deja vu because we've been here before, you know? But I'm not going to discount, like, this could be potentially awesome. This could be potentially many more e-liquid companies being able to legally be sold in the market. And what this does, you know, my Paul Atreides vision for this is PMTA registry bills are passed in every state. The PMTA pathway gets changed. You know, FDA gets in trouble. They start authorizing flavored e-liquid onto the market that is PMTA authorized, which means that liquid can now be sold everywhere there's a PMTA registry bill. The PMTA registry bills could backfire if FDA authorizes anything other than big tobacco flavored pods. If FDA ever authorizes a disposable, which I doubt, or bottles of e-liquid, all those bottles of e-liquid are going to be able to be sold in PMTA registry states. That's my high on the spice melange, Paul Atreides, you know, vision quest. Yeah, we predicted these lawsuits would eventually happen, and there's been a bunch of lawsuits, and we've lost at every turn. The Wages and White Lion one went the farthest. This one has the potential to go far if the Fifth Circuit, which has been very kind to the vape industry in the past, if the Fifth Circuit rules in favor of the vape industry, let's go. Let's go. That just anteed up. Now we're playing poker, you know. Now we're really playing it. I think that's all I got for news and advocacy. We could talk about South Carolina next week. We could talk about Indonesia next week as well. We could talk about the EU, UK. You know, the tobacco and vapes bill in the UK is awful, terrible, just the dumbest idea, generational smoking bans. So, you know, there's no lack of news, but I'll put some links in the description to literally everything I talked about tonight in the news and advocacy. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that was informative. And if it wasn't, then I'm sorry, you know? I'm sorry. I'll try my best. I'll try better. I'll do more. I'll try harder, okay? Okay, what's next? Are you ready for it? Yeah. We're gonna jump into some vape mail here. Some not PMTA authorized vape mail. Yep, the Fifth Circuit, and that exact judge whose name I can't remember. It's in here somewhere. So Oldman and the other guy. It's funny. It's the Trump guy and the Obama guy that are both in favor of vaping. Both those judges have ruled in favor of vaping in the past in the Fifth Circuit. They ruled in favor of Wages and White Lion, and that's the only reason why the Supreme Court took up the case. Yeah, dude, Marky Boy, thank you. Thank you very much. And yes, I'm so passionate about vaping because, dude, we've seen what it can do. Gunny doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. Phrasing doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. That's just 5 people just right here in the chat that don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Cody Taylor, I'm assuming, doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore.
getting someone to quit smoking cigarettes is literally like the healthiest decision that person could possibly make. Even if that person quit smoking cigarettes and then didn't change any other things about their lifestyle, they're going to live longer, healthier life just from quitting smoking cigarettes. This is going to keep people alive way longer. This is going to give people an insanely high quality of life, quitting smoking cigarettes. It's a big deal to me. And it's a big deal to me because the government still just authorizes and approves cigarettes that are everywhere. There's no restrictions on cigarettes. None. But the only competitor to cigarettes, yeah, we're going to bury that industry. We can't have too many people quitting at the same time. Vaping, I mean, truly, out of everything in my life, everything I've ever seen happen in my life, nothing radicalized me more than being involved in vaping and watching the FDA play cronyism and then watching Congress just play along. And I went, oh, whoa, we're cooked. We're fucked. Fuck all this. You know, vaping radicalized me in ways I wasn't planning on being radicalized, but damn it, here we are.
Try to take away my Mexican cola, fuckers. But listen, we're past that. In fact, let me just go take a real quick bio break before we open this mail. Okay, I'll be right back quick. First, I got a big UL box. You know what's in here. It's the Caliburn something, you know. Caliburn G6 Platinum, Caliburn G5 Macro, something like that. Shout out to Ashton Palmer. Shout out to Seamus. Shout out to the wee baby Seamus, my favorite Seamus. He gifted this to me. He bought this for me. And that's cool, man. That's just cool. And Ashton Palmer powder coated it. This is like my favorite knife product I've ever owned. Ever in my life. Remember to cut towards your vital organs. That's the... Thanks for the free bubble wrap. I mean, Whoa. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to get in trouble. Yeah, dude, we knew it was going to happen. It's Caliburn G5. Pro Fox, what's that say? G-Pod platform, the GPP. I don't know why this says FDA on it. Don't ask. Don't know. Let me just double check something real quick, just to make sure that I'm not going to get. What the hell ass shit is happening? I just got to check my dashboard. Oh, no, that's uploaded. I got no notes about this. Okay, I got no notes about this. I don't know if I'm supposed to not share this or share this. I don't want UL mad at me, you know. I like reviewing UL stuff. FDA comp edition specs, yeah. I don't know why it had that little FDA sticker. That's so bizarre. I don't have a trash bag. What? Oh, there's a t-shirt too. Wow, an interestingly folded t-shirt. Have I ever worn a UL Caliburn t-shirt? I don't think so. I don't know why I would start now. UL, since 2005. You know, these types of t-shirts that are made from plastic. Oh, it says 100% cotton. Oh, God, it smells like rubber cement. It's a t-shirt. UL. I don't know what that says. Wish you well. Oh, wish you well. Wish you well. Okay, are you getting some sleep phrasing? Are you trying to get some sleep? Okay, that was a huge box. For what is the, what am I even? There's a lanyard and a little charging guide dongle. What an interesting set of a USB-C, a USB micro, and a lightning adapter from UL. I guess you could just buy anything you want and brand it, right? Like I could make GrimmGreen in USB hubs, right? Right? Am I too loud? Am I being too loud? Am I too loud? Has it got the salad horking attachment? Oh, stop it. Like you've never horked a salad. Don't try to tell me you've never horked a salad. Okay, first of all, that's genius, UL. It comes with 3 pods. It comes with 2 spares. That's smart, UL. That's really smart, man. I don't need to take this out right now, but let's look at it because I already did. But it comes with 3 pods, 2 spares. 2 spares. You horked a salad tonight? Hell yeah, horking down a salad. Team Salad. Dearest greetings. Thank you for bringing our products into your life. And thank you for every thoughtful sharing, whether it's a recommendation on camera or suggestions behind the scenes. It's this time we're sending you our long-awaited new project, the Caliburn G5, along with a batch of new visual brand materials. The G5 features upgraded packaging and contains 3 cartridges, which themselves have been significantly improved. The GPP Alpha cartridges offer extended lifespan and very stable flavor, reducing the hassle of frequent cartridge purchases, saving you time and money. Well, this is just the ad read for it. Smart triple tap control. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right.
All right. Caliburn G5. You know, it's nothing to write home about right now. It's carbon fiber, little screen on there. G4, G5 compatible pods. That's top fill guy. Crack to fill Caliburn. You love to see it. We're just gonna, there you go. I'm gonna put this back in the box right now. I'm not gonna set it up because I'm waiting for guava jelly. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for some of that deep cuts guava jelly. Hell yeah. All right, thanks, UL. Appreciate you. Something from Irvine? I think that's just where the warehouse is. Gunmetal carbon fiber. Gunmetal carbon fiber. For some reason, I thought you said gunmetal cotton, and I like, whoa, that. Gunmetal cotton. Oh. Oh, shit. Ah. 5 Pawns, dude. 5 Pawns. 5 Pawns. Shout out 5 Pawns. Still kicking it around. Nick, keep on rocking in the free world. Your message is being heard. We appreciate your efforts. 5 Pawns. I've always loved the dudes at 5 Pawns. I've always loved 5 Pawns. What did they send me? Whoa. Okay. This is Castle Long Reserve limited edition. Castle Long Reserve. I can't even read Roman numerals enough to know what Roman numeral that is. What's M? MMXXVI? I know that's 26, but what's an M? What's an M? Is it M100? $2026, maybe? Maybe? Castle Long Reserve Limited. Okay, that means 2026. 1,000. 1,000. Oh, that's what the M is, 1,000. 2026. I should pay attention. This was bottled this year, March 2026. Bottled on April 6th, 2026. That's my birthday. This was bottled on my birthday, 5 Pawns. Castle Long Reserve Limited Edition. All right, well, I can obviously never vape this, even though I want to because it's amazing. Toasted coconut, roasted almond, brown sugar, 2 different vanillas, Madagascar bean and French vanilla bean, Kentucky bourbon, and oak come together in this unique blend that is aged in American oak barrels for 3 weeks. Thank you for your continued support. 5 freaking Pawns. Stoked and surprised. Hopefully nicotine. I did get an angry comment recently. It says this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. It doesn't say anything about nixamide or what is that? Yeah, nixodine or nixamide. This says nicotine. Vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, nicotine, natural and artificial flavors. No sucralose, 50/50 PGVG. But I did get a comment from someone recently who bought some 5 Pawns that had nixamide mixed with nixamide, and he was super disappointed, and he wasn't aware that that's what they were using. I didn't know that that's what they were using either. Maybe this is nixamide, and I have no idea. I can hit up what's-his-face on Twitter X and ask him. But as far as I can tell, that is nicotine. Hang on, we got a J. Logan box. Hang on, we got a Glue Bag Bill box and a J. Logan box. Oh. But we got a Glue Bag Bill here. You know what that means? Steel Valley. SVV. And I know what's in here. Okay, these are not the edible packing peanuts. These are styrofoam. This is actual styrofoam. Yeah, Troop pops in here sometimes. He pops in here from Twitter. He's on Twitter, and he'll pop in here. Oh yeah, he sent me some for giveaways too. He sent me a bunch for giveaways. Oh shit! Okay, I'm just gonna get one out each. You don't even know. New Easy Drippers. New Easy Drippers. But these aren't Easy Drippers. These are Steel Valley Drippers. These are Glue Bag Bill Drippers. These are glue bag drippers. But it is essentially an Easy Dripper. I mean, it's essentially an Easy Dripper. I want to use this. Should I put succulents in this? I'm going to do it. I'm burying you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pop the top on this succulents. I should try to pour it like over a trash can, right? Because I want to pour it in here. Oh, succulent smells so good. Smells so good. Easy Drippers. Don't worry, I got some to give away. We'll send some spares. Succulents. Succulents. Okay. Let's give it a couple, see how much comes out. Oh. That's a good little squirt. Dude. See, but here's the thing. Here's what needs to happen. I wish I had like a sticker printer or something so I could print out little like succulents. You know, like maybe even have the logo or just throw a JMW sticker on here. That's badass, dude. Dripped. That's dripped. No leaking. Well, how'd you do this? This is good. This is legitimately feels like a better, more solid design than the original Easy Drippers even. But it's just, I mean, I can't even explain how to do it. It's the easiest thing in the world. Even with the top. Even with the top on. Even just popping the top. Hang on, let me vape through this for a second before I just keep joyfully dripping in here. You get a free, oh, here, I'm just going to throw this up here. What Will said. You did 50 mil ones, 100 mil, 100 mil. Yeah, that's this one. Look at this, dude. We drip 100s. Ah! Dude! 100 mil dripper. That's badass. Will, that's badass. I'm so happy. I am so glad you're bringing this back, bro. For drippers. Thundercloud redesigned them and manufactured them. Hell yeah, Thundercloud. Hell yeah, Will. Hell yeah, Thundercloud. Hell yeah, Steel Valley. We're easy dripping again. Yeah, those easy fills for squonks, I broke them constantly. And then you just put this on your drip tip and plunge it, and you can feel the liquid coming out of it. It's like a solid press, and you can feel it. This has changed my life already. It's changed my life already. I'm going to get a label printer, put succulents on this, or just throw a JMW sticker on that one. Yeah, well, yeah, Steve-O, that was good of you to give them away, though. I have a bunch. Will sent me some spares, and I'm gonna keep a 60 and 100. I might keep like two 60s, 2 of each, but the rest are going to go out. Troop is stoked. Oh, he answered that 5 Ponds contains freebase nicotine. 5 Ponds. Oh, love it. Love it, 5 Ponds. Tell Troop. You tell him from me that I'm just glad. I'm overjoyed. It makes me happy in my heart to see 5 Ponds still around, still kicking, still slinging their high quality liquids. It brings joy to me because it's something from, nothing from like the 15, 16, 17 era is really around anymore. It's like Reload Vapor kind of, it's like what else? UL is still around, I guess, but like seeing 5 Ponds, a US liquid manufacturer, still alive and kicking in 2026. The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland. Dainty! Put a Steel Valley sticker on it, but then I'll know that I need to know that it's JMW, I'm going to need to know it's Smock, dude. Smock's still around. Smock, baby. Still getting, but they're not making like Baby Beast coils anymore, Okay, and then we got a J. Logan, and this is a substantial box. That is a substantial box. Substantial box. Oh, hey, holy shit. Jay Logan, do you own a vape shop? Or was this all from a personal stash? Frozen Fruit Monster Banana Ice. Paradox. You remember Paradox? Paradox in a 6, dude. Paradox in a 6. Apple Watermelon in a 6. I've been on that RDL life. It's hard for me to give up Stevie's Collective, though. Custard Monster Butterscotch 6. Sad Boy Lemon Cookie. Sour House Apple in a 6. We got some Twist. Whoa, what is this? 6 milligram watermelon, 6 milligrams like a strawberry custard. I love that this flavor is called Red Number 1. That makes me so happy. That makes me so wickedly happy. But wait. Vapetasia Iced Pineapple Express in 6. Betty Vapor's Pinup. Dude, this is like the 6 milligram stash, bro. Okay, we got a 12. We got some Heartbreaker from Mr. E-Liquid in 12. We got some more Heartbreaker from Mr. E-Liquid in 12. What's the flavor profile of this? Does it say? No, it doesn't say. It just says Heartbreaker. 3 milligram, 12 milligram. What's the flavor? What's the flavor prof? What's the flavor profile of that? Troop! I see you on Twitter X. Appreciate you, pimp. Keep the dream alive. 5 pawns. Keep the dream alive. Decadent Pound Cake Butterscotch Reserve. Oh, these are both 6. I think I've had the Butterscotch Reserve. Decadent Pound Cake? Decadent Pound Cake? Oh, we got another bottle of Heartbreaker, and I got a bottle of Pure Michigan. If Ern was here, he could appreciate that. Pure Michigan. Then let's see, we got some Mr. E-Liquid. These look like tobaccos. American blend. 50-50 PGVG. What is it? What is in these? This is the box. I have a few of these boxes in here. It's all American blend. You know what that means? Gets due process. Oh, I see. It is two little 30 ml bottles. Oh, that's kind of genius. I like that a lot. Those skinny little bottles for mouth to lung. I like it. And another bottle of Heartbreaker. And what is this, bro? What is this? Hell yeah, Troop. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go. Troop, this is what I've been telling people, man. I've been telling people I'm either going to be here until vaping is safe, legal, and accessible for all adults, or I'm going down with the ship. What is this? What are you? Blitz Enterprises Hanya 2? Blitz Enterprises Hanya 2. I don't think I've ever had a Hanya. Or a Hanya 2 or Hanya 1. Was there a Hanya 1? Oh yeah, it's a postless. Look at that. Look at that deck down there. What a weird deck. All right. Well, you know, this is what the vape fiddle's for. This is why we fiddle on Tuesdays. Hell yeah. But wait, there's the Norris. What? The Norris RDA? 666's the Norris RDA. Brah. Chucks. Oh, this is like... Oh, it's taped. Okay. I was like, whoa, this is unopened. No, it's just taped over. Yeah, Meditine. I never had a Hanya. I never had a Hanya. I never had a Hanya 2. I've certainly never had a Norris. What is this crazy thing? The Norris. It's just a... Is that a chuff? Nope. It's... Hang on. I don't have a 510 connection anywhere that I can pull this off of. Oh! What? Honkin' 2-posts. Honkin' 2-post. There ain't even no post holes. What is that? That's crazy. This is a wrapping it around the posts. So this has to be round wire. This has to be round wire, and there's no there is an adjustable airflow, but then it comes with a chuff cap that is just like pure airflow. Has anybody heard of the Norris before? I've never heard of the Norris. Yep. Going down with the ship or rising with it. Troop, I'm so on board. I like to think we're going to be rising with it, especially with this new lawsuit happening. I think it has legs. I think there's potential there. Maybe even more so than the Wages and White Lion. What a spectacular vape mail. I have more 6 milligram liquid than I know what to do with, which I'm happy about. I've been on the lookout for 6 milligram liquids. I've been vaping Homeboy Mango, and then Jason Vapes. Who the hell is that? The Fed corporate bussy sent me that lemon candy sour house, and so I've been vaping that. But look at all these 6s that I got. Twist Red number 1. I've never had that before. To be fair, I have not had any of these before ever, except Paradox. I've had Paradox and I like Paradox, but I ain't never had Paradox in a 6. Jay Logan. You're a hell of a Jay Logan. You know that? Dude, I am so pumped to try all these liquids. Wildly pumped. Heartbreaker? What is that? Should we try one of these? I got a 12 milligram. I got a new Caliburn. Should we give it a go? I want to try Pure Michigan, honestly. Michigan, the feelings forever. What does Pure Michigan taste like? Is it Pure Michigan? Does it taste like lake effect snow? Let's have a quick little vape break. I've actually never vaped a Twist e-liquid. A lot of people raved about Twist, and at every vape show I ever went to, Twist had the biggest booth, and we're cranking out liquids. Everybody loved Twist, but I never vaped it. I know, Steve-O. I wasn't ready. That, and when you asked me that, you had just sent me liquid. So I'm like, no. You don't need to send me anything in 6. You don't. Let me get through some of the stuff that I have. But that's not to say that I won't be into some 6 later on. Tastes like Ern's underpants, Ern's boxers. I could see that. Tastes like Ern's Vape Shop. Oh my God, Will. That brings me so much joy. That is my one Twist experience, Steve-O. Steve-O says Twist is hot sweetness. The one Twist liquid that I tried at a vape show was lemonade, Twist pink lemonade. Did they do a pink lemonade? I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah, Twist pink lemonade. Yep. And it came in that, yep. Twist pink lemonade. That's the only Twist flavor I ever tried at a show, and it was absolutely hot sweetness. Completely hot sweetness. Which, that's something for everybody. If someone wants to vape hot sweetness, dude, go nuts. Go for it. Go do it. Do it to it. Trying to figure out what's going on the bottom here. It's just the little pluggy guy. Dude. Will. So stoked. Dude, you guys. We have done a spectacular job tonight. You guys especially have done a great job tonight. Yeah. Plus, we learned, you know what else we learned tonight was that flavored vapes provide no additional help in getting someone to quit smoking over a tobacco flavor, and the only purpose of flavors in vapes is to attract kids. That's what the FDA actually thinks. Sad. Makes me sad. Oh, we didn't do the Stossel video. That's right. We can do the Stossel video next week. If you haven't seen the Stossel video, it's great. Let's do birthdays. Let's sing happy birthday. I'm going to sing happy birthday. They had a good melon. Twist did. I'd be interested to try a good melon. I would be really interested to try a good melon. Let's sing happy birthday, you guys. Let's sing happy birthday. I'm down. I'm in the mood. Let me get all in tune. La 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 la. Actually, let's hydrate. What am I doing? JJ, Bagpipes, Hotspot Josh, Crazed Bat, A Perfect Doug, Hotspot Josh, Brian's Tech, Hotspot Josh, Willie Brown, Kith, Hotspot Josh, Willie Brown, Hotspot Josh, Willie Brown, Hotspot Josh, Kith, Willie, Marcus, Hotspot, Willie, Hotspot, Raw, Ants in My Eyes, Joker, Marky Boy, Ants in My Eyes, Joker, Verbal, Marky Boy, Ants in My Eyes, Marky Boy, Fishy, Verbal, Ants in My Eyes, the Fishy one, Fishy, yeah, let's get hydrated. Let's get hella hydrated here, Raw Hit. I'm down. Where's Squid? Let's go. I don't know how Squid does it. Squid. Oh yeah, dude. Now we're gonna sing happy birthday. Let's sing happy birthday to people whose birthdays it is or close to it in one way or another. I have Jeremy V's mom. Absolutely. We got Vape. We got Joker. We got Lady Liberty. We got K Stereo. Your nephew's birthday was last week. Verbal Artist Nephew. Yep, hydrate the pit. Hydrate the pit. All right, you guys, let's sing happy birthday. I love birthdays, man. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, you know? 1, 2, 3. Hope you all sing along with me. Happy birthday to you. 3, 4. Happy birthday also to them. 3, 4. Happy birthday, dear Jeremy M's mom. Also Vate. Also Joker, also Lady Liberty, also K Stereo, and lastly Verbal Artist Nephew. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, skip around the room. Skip around the room. You know what to do. Skip around the room. You know what to do. You skip around the room. Skip. Someday I'm going to cue this up much faster than I do now.
Skip around the fucking room. 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 Skip around the fucking room.
Happy birthday. I hope everybody is skipping right now. Skip, you heard the little glowworm. You heard him. He told you to skip. He told you to skip around the effing room. So skip around it. I'd like to do a very random liquid tasting. I got to throw some wicks in this real quick, but I can do that while y'all are voting. Let's do, well, no, we're going to stick to the ones I picked out. We're not going to do the 5 ponds. We're not going to do any 6 milligram. We're going to stick to the ones that I picked out. Because we can. This is going to be interesting liquid tasting tonight. I'll be interested to see how people sway their votes on here. Oh, shit, I forgot to put last week's vlog up on GrimmGreen.com. This is going to be a fascinating. And then, Lady Liberty, I feel like it's possible to skip around the room while holding a bun bun. Okay, we're going to allow oligarch mode for sure. Let me give you guys some voting music. There was a poll in the chat, and here's what's up. You recognize this, Steve-O? Maybe you don't. That's Juice My Way, Peaches and Cream. Yeah. Pulled that bottle out of the archives. This is called Marsh Cereal. And I want you to know, on this bottle, this is a clear bottle. That is the color of the liquid on the inside. This is a clear bottle. Marsh Cereal. We got another very dark bottle of Indulgence. This bottle is clear. That's the color of the liquid, Indulgence. We also have a Sour King Pog. That's been kicking around since the Zampa Box days. And then it's the Deep Cuts. It's the Deep Cuts Crisp Tobacco. I believe it's Homestead Reserve Premium Tobacco Crisp. So, please vote right away. Please vote immediately. While I throw some wicks in here. Let's see who's faster. Ah! Obviously, you can vote faster than I can wick something, but you know what I meant. I think you know what I meant. Let's see these results. I want to see these results. Marsh Cereal getting no love. Sour King Pog getting no love. All right, Pog, I think we know where you're headed. It's been 4 weeks with the Pog. No one's voted for the Pog. Deep Cuts Crisp taking the lead. That Mao Indulgence and the Peaches and Cream that I think is... How many years old would you say that bottle of the liquid there is, Steve-O? How old exactly? If you don't vote today, then you don't get to vote. Funky. Ten. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5th, 4th, 3rd, a 2. Deep Cuts. Deep Cuts Crisp. Deep Cuts Crisp. If that's the case, I'm going to need to throw some nicotine in there. That is a short fill from Marky Boy. It's a short fill from Mark in the United Kingdom, in England. Deep Cuts. Let's go. I'm so excited to try this Deep Cuts freaking tobacco. Yeah, 0 milligram. Let me grab some Nick.
Easy now. If you don't have one of these for short fills, dude, what are you even doing? Precious nicotine. You know, because we're all so familiar with nicotine, you know, and we've been using nicotine and talking about nicotine for so many years, when the rest of the world realizes how, like, completely innocuous nicotine is, I hope people feel stupid. I hope people say things like, I can't believe we raised such a stink about nicotine. Someday nicotine's going to be viewed as no more intimidating or scary addiction than caffeine or a cup of coffee. People are going to learn real quick about nicotine, and I hope they feel dumb as hell. See if we can get some hot dripping action. Not quite there, so let's try for this one. This one. There it is. That's the hot dripping action we're after. Oh, but wait, I have to... What am I doing? Does that do anything for you? Whew. Huh? I can go faster. I think you know who you're dealing with. It feels sufficiently shookened. Smells like, you know. This is a menthol. This is a menthol tobacco. I'm burying you. This is a menthol tobacco. Crisp. Oh, that makes so much sense right now, Crisp. Oh, the deep cuts bottle's getting hidden. You can have it cover the bottom of the chat, that's fine. Yeah, you can tell. It's interesting going back and forth between like a 70-30 or a 50-50. You can feel the thinness of a 50-50. See, this is going to be difficult to do my favorite thing though, so let's try it anyway. It's the Soul Keeper, so the button's on the bottom. Huh? There it is. Bossin'. I'm so interested to try this. I'm so excited. It's on the with recoil, as I do. You know. Dude, I can't believe I lined that up perfectly the first time on a naked recoil. I mean, I didn't realize I was going to have so many elite vapor moves tonight, you know? There's no telling what can happen next. Okay, let's have a pull here. Deep cuts, crisp tobacco. Cheers.
Okay, hang on. Let me just sit with this. I'm going to turn up the music. I'm going to turn up the voting music / vaping music. Is that too loud? That should be good, right? I'm going to mute my microphone. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to vape this for a second. We'll come back. Okay, here's the thing. But this might be the only good menthol tobacco flavor I've ever had. Menthol tobaccos was like my most desired liquid when I first switched to vaping because I smoked menthol cigarettes and I really wanted a menthol tobacco, like a minty, crispy menthol tobacco, and they just didn't exist. And the ones that did exist were borderline unvapable because nobody knew what they were doing with mixing liquids back in the day, you know? It wasn't the art form that it is now. It wasn't like this needs 0.5% of, hibiscus to really set it off. It wasn't anything like that. It was just people mixing flavors. And I remember I bought a peanut butter cup flavor from some DIY mixer on ECF that arrived, and it was just oil. It looked like the darkest oil I've ever vaped in my life, just blackened e-liquid. And I vaped it and it destroyed my coils, but I kept vaping it because there was no sign, there was no art form to it back then. It was just, let's try to make a peanut butter cup flavor and mix a bunch of flavors together, and that tastes like a peanut butter cup. All the menthol tobaccos back then were terrible. And then I had so many terrible menthol tobaccos that I thought, okay, that flavor is just not a possible flavor. I'll never have a good menthol tobacco. I wrote it off completely as a flavor profile. This is a good menthol tobacco. Like a really very good menthol tobacco. The tobacco component of it, and listen, I'm a tobacco flavor guy. I wouldn't be happy if all flavors were banned except for tobacco, but I could probably survive at this point on a tobacco-y type flavor. And this is tobacco-y. There's something else sweet in it though. It's like tobacco menthol, and the tobacco in it is like a very, no one's gonna know what this means. And that's not a dig at you, that's just a dig at me because this is the oldest reference in the history of America. It's a very Carolina tobacco, and the only reason I make that association in my head is because once upon a time a company called E-Liquid Planet sold a e-liquid mixing starter kit that I got that came with a bunch of bottles of nicked PGVG and then a whole smattering of flavors, and most of them were tobacco flavors. I bought the tobacco pack, and I would mix a flavor into the bottle and vape it to kind of get a feel for it. And there was one little bottle that just was called Carolina Tobacco that I mixed every bottle that I had as a Carolina Tobacco. It was the greatest. It was like a soft, slightly sweet, but still like on the earthy tree bark side of tobacco. Soft. That's how I would describe Carolina Tobacco, is soft. This is a soft tobacco with mint, like actual menthol mint and cooling, but actual minty menthol mint. It Appleish, monkey pants. Oh, Appleish minty tobacco. Is that what I'm getting out of this? Apple? Apple. Apple. I'm tasting apple. Good palate. Is that how they describe it? Is an apple minty tobacco? This is an apple minty tobacco. It tastes like an apple tobacco, which fruit tobaccos back in the day were my favorite. Once upon a time, I had a liquid company, and it was called Namber Juice, and it's since closed. But we had a line called Epiclouds, and then we had a line called Grim Cult. And then the other line that was going to get released before the inevitable dissolution of the company completely, we were going to release a full tobacco line called Tumbleweed Tobacco. And we released 2 of the tobacco flavors from it, not in the Tumbleweed line, in the regular line. And it was the raspberry tobacco that I called Thunderbird. The raspberry tobacco was my favorite. Raspberry tobaccos, apple tobaccos, cherry tobaccos, loved them. Loved them all. This does have some cooling in it. This does have some minty cooling in it. It is like a menthol. It's a good menthol tobacco flavor. I can't possibly say that it's like a menthol cigarette because that's like an unattainable flavor within vaping. I'm convinced of it. If anybody could do it, it would be those pre-filled UL, or not UL, the Vupu RTO 2, the one that tastes exactly like a cigarette. They might be able to pull it off. It's a really nice, soft, sweet Carolina tobacco. It's minty and mentholy and culotta and a sweet apple. It's like an apple tobacco with mint and menthol on it. The apple tobacco is a very cohesive vibe. This is good. And it's not, this is really good. And it's not so cool and so iced out and so mentholy that I can't take real big rips. That's my biggest complaint with really iced out liquids, is I just can't take big rips. I'm not Dirtle. I can't take big, huge rips off of culotta. This, it's perfectly dialed in to where I can take a rip off of this and it doesn't like give me brain freeze or give me like a harsh, soft throat in any way. Dude, this is good. I'm in. I'm sold. Mint apple tobacco. I didn't know I needed this. Mint apple tobacco. Damn good. Hella damn ass good. You wish you liked tobacco flavors, you can't even vape Pistachio Delight anymore? Too tobacco adjacent? I will always love a tobacco. Elbows up. I will always love a tobacco flavor. This is, now that I taste the apple in it, it's totally changing this flavor profile. Seriously. Thank you there, Pants. You're the one that sent this, right? Thank you, Pants. I appreciate you, Pants. This should be released in the US. This is a great liquid. This is really great. It reminds me of one of my first all-day vapes. Should I put this in an Easy Dripper? It's a 100 ml bottle. Should I put this in the Easy Dripper?
You think I could vape this whole bottle of deep cuts? I might put that in an easy dripper. If we're keeping this on the recoil and the Soul Keeper, which is a banging combo, I might put that in an easy dripper. Just because I want to use the easy dripper, you know? Don't you want to use it? Let's see. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Fill up the whole easy dripper. Oops. Oh, slight mess. More of a mess. Oh, more of a mess. It's okay. We're doing okay. I can hear it dripping off the side of the easy dripper. Made a slight mess. But that's why we have the face meat towels, the ShamWow. Oh, it's just kind of cool, dude. Seeing the liquid, look at all the bubbles. It's just cool. It's just kind of cool. Oh yeah. Give it to me. Easy dripper. No, we're calling these what are we calling these? The Steel Valleys? The Steel Valley dripper? What are we calling those? They need a dope name. Call them the Nazi punchers? I don't know. I was trying to think of something punk rock. Tastes better. Tastes better somehow out of that easy dripper, you know? I don't know if I think it's a new-ish deep cuts flavor, but I also believe it to be a UK only e-liquid flavor. I don't know if this is in the American market. The Silk Pumpers. Silk Pump. You need one of these. With the Silk Pump sticker on it. The Willy Dripper? The Willy Dripper? I actually kind of like that. No, Will has to name it. Will has to name it. Lando! What up, Lando? Dude. Well, I liked it enough to put it in, you know, the futuristic sci-fi liquid bottle. You know, and if it had like a light on the bottom, you know, you could tap it. There'd be a little LED in the bottom. You know how sick that would be, Will? Let's get that for V3. Let's put lights in the inside. How sick would that be? MTVD rippers? Oh, MTVD drippers? A 1,000 of them back in 2021? Rip drippers. Valley drip. Willy dripper. The Willy dripper. That's what it should be. Birdman, honestly, you win. That's what it should be, is the Willy dripper. 1,000%. Holy shit, what a good liquid tasting. Damn good liquid tasting. Thank you, Monkey Pants. Thank you, Will, for the giant easy dripper. Thank you, Deep Cuts, for producing such a spectacular liquid. Thank you, GrimmGreen, for this ridiculously awesome recoil RDA. Thank you, UL, for the Soul Keeper. I love this juice. Holy shit. That's a 10 out of 10. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Well, shit. We're winding down, dude. We're going to run long, and I predicted this. I knew we were going to run long at the beginning of the stream. I think it was one of the first things I said. And it's fine, you know? It's cool. It's cool beans. It's whatever. It's tubular. It's totally tubular to go long. It's totally good. Now, this part feels wrong to me.
I feel like doing Ern's favorite Ernstagarum bands while Ern's not here isn't necessarily a thing I want to do. But we're going to do it anyway. No, it's not going to be Ern's favorite Ernstagarum bands tonight. It's going to be Nick's favorite Ernstagarum bands tonight. The Bio Dripper, the Gripper, the Willy Wetter. Okay, JP Dooms, I kind of like that. The Leaky Willy. The Leaky Willy. Hey, crash out, Mark. Crash out. You should have been asleep hours ago, my dude. Ern's taking some rest, and that's fine. But Ern or no Ern, we still need to hear someone's favorite Ernstagarum bands. Oh, he's running back. Absolutely. Easiest follow of my life. Easiest follow of my life, Ray. I'm excited to see Ray keep going and improve, and his songs are going to get better, his singing's going to get better, his guitar playing's going to get better. Ray is on his way. Ray, out of everybody that we've listened to, Ray is on his way. Oh yes, we've heard the name of the band I can't pronounce. We listened to him on this stream. Honestly, we listened to him on this stream. I'm not saying I had a hand in them getting popular in any way, but we did technically listen to them before they blew up. You know, we listened to them like 3 weeks, maybe even just 2 weeks before they really blew up. Angin Porfini. Some weird shit. And now my favorite part about that band, Angin Porfini, is there's like musicians on Instagram now doing cover songs, but playing it in the Angin Porfini style. I think I shared one to my story. I think he did Metallica. It was hilarious. All right. You know what? That's all the Instagram greatness that I think we have for tonight. We got Heavy Metal Brass Band. We got Anastasia Bentley. We got 2 Polar and the Wolverine, and then 1 Ray. It's us and 1 Ray. In fact, I like Ray so much, I kind of want to add him to the band reviews. You know? I want to add Ray to the band reviews. Little pop-up here. So good, 1 Ray. 1 Ray music. All right, you guys. Well, I think that officially concludes Disneyland's operating day. Let me take a quick look, make sure I didn't forget anything. No, we got Norris's. We got that. Hell yeah, dude. What a good-ass vlog. This was a good-ass vlog. I had a hell of a good time, you guys. Plus, we got to try Deep Cuts Crispa. And it's great. And we have 100 mil Willy Drippers. And that just makes me so stoked. I think the version 3 should have an LED light in the bottom. That's my suggestion. Hey, I'm going to say goodbye. Peace out, you guys. I love you. You know I do. Be excellent to each other. Be excellent to yourselves. Remember that vaping obviously rules, and it's obviously going to save literal billions of lives. And flavors are going to help it. And it's up to us to defend it. And so that's what we do. And that's what I do. Bon Von, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you guys coming out. Neil, listen, Black Yoshi, love you, man. Jay Logan, thank you so much for that box, bro. Tim, Advocate, Mr. Advocate, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Bagpipes, love you. Logan, love you. Corporate Jason, you're pretty good. You're pretty nice. I'm just giving you guff. That's how I know I really like you. Joker, probably Trevor. Troop, thank you again for the liquid. Let's keep the dream alive, Troop. I believe in us. Jeremy M, Marky Boy, Brett. You guys, listen, I love you. Ants in my eyes, peace out. Big love. Raw hit, big love. Leo, Vate. Peace and bearing grease to Vate. Peace and bearing grease to all of you. We're going to say goodbye. As we do, it's Yuck. He believes he can fly. So we can believe in ourselves, you know, for at least the end of the evening. Maybe on in through Friday, man. Oh, that's right. I do have to be twice as nice to the Fed. Corporate Jason's my favorite. Yo-Yo. Yeah, I said it. He's my favorite. Will that get Langley off my back? Back at your troop. Back at your troop. Simios! The wee baby. Hope everybody subscribes to Simus on Twitch. He does cool DJ shit. Anyway, I love you guys. Peace out. It's Yak. I believe I can fly too. We can believe we can fly, Compassionate Cucumbers. Hell yeah, Raw Hit. Toot Life forever. Dude, I haven't made Toot Life gear or done the Toot Life hashtag in so long, Raw Hit. What a throwback. I love that. Let's bring Toot Life back. Let's bring Toot Life, Tubular, and Cool Beans. Hashtag Cool Beans Life. It's Yuck. Let's fly away into next week. And I love you guys. And peace out and be excellent. And Yuck.
I believe I could fly. I believe I could touch the sky any time of year. Dun 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 dun. I believe I can fly.